Sometimes art is prophetic, and sometimes I don't know how to offset it. The words too authentic to constantly do what I do and augment it. Y'all talk a big game, can't tell if y'all meant it. As seconds turns to minutes, the ticking will tell all. Will you hold firm or steadily fall? Will you conform with the ways of the world, or will you give the world everything that you are? Make them fuckers move around you, kinda like sound do. Break out of everything that they had you bound to. You got knocked down, ho, get ready for round two. It's round two. Get ready for round two. Come back, run rap, run laps around these cats, jump back, kiss myself, still keeping me intact. Weird and black, they for that, hold up, steer it back. Weird and black, they revere that, yup, you hear that?
Turnstile, switch it up. Young nigga raised hard, he learned not to give a fuck. Young nigga came far, still never give enough. Coming with the flavor, delicious, so she lick it up. Bust down, stick it up, I put it down, so pick it up. Scud town, saviors, done some till he shift to musk. Stench so stank that the shit compare soft to us. Crud so dank, make your face smell to dripping, cuz club go shake when the bass gets to hitting ya. They ain't really hearing us, but they gon' feel something when the way is paved clear enough. I don't fear nothing but the fate is God really not. Well, fuck it, got the world in my hands, and that's real enough. Fuck it, got the world in my hands, gold forms to touch. Might just spend it all one time to give it all to us. Yeah, give it all to us.
Yeah. This that hip-hop body, rock, hardcore, karate, chop, neo-Nazi, nasty, not feel it in my chest. How could you wear that name? Must be automatic shame, using automatic lame, heard it from the best. Fresh flow, let's go, plus I got a lot of heart. It's necessary when you dabble in this art. Grab canvas, paint picture, use them acrylics, paint a picture so vivid, the people gotta feel it like the Kaaba. Lyrics bear fruit like guava, words spilling out of my brain like lava. Spills out the top of a volcano, and they know that A-Right is not the one to play no. I'm Kano in Mortal Kombat, cause the lyrics like blades. Aim it at your jugular when I'm on stage. Until you heard me spit, homie, you ain't heard rage. On another chapter, so turn a turn. Okay, got that out my system. A-Right on another planet, dog, you must've missed them. When I do it how I do, it's of my own volition. Go make my destination even in the worst condition. My crew's the Blues Brothers, cause you know we on the mission. Eternity of roses I make bumping in your system. I mean, banging it, and I'm still hanging it. And I got a gang of wisdom, I got a gang of rhythms, I got a lot of soul. I found the pot of gold, I'm wrapping that shit up, gon' sell it to the globe. I got some game to give them, they don't really want, but they really need it. And I want you to succeed, I want you to be free. I want you to remove every obstacle from being what you truly wanna be. I truly wanna see, and I can only lead by example. So here's a sample from me, so get up.
I would like to be traded to any other team but the New England Patriots.
Big brain predictions. That's what I got.
Take it off, sir.
The Washington football team beat the Steelers.
And that person.
EDP.
Yes, but if we lose this game, I firmly believe we do not need to make playoffs. So
Don't you ever disrespect me. That's about the effort.
What is going on, folks? Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet. This is After Further Review, episode 104. I'm your co-host, Jalen Brown.
I'm your other wonderful, delightful co-host, Shaquille Brown.
I'm everybody's hated co-host, Malin. Anybody else worried about the fact that Mickey looks like Bez's about to rape me?
He might.
He
might.
Is that just me?
It's only appropriate on the casting
feel-
couch that would.
I feel,
Yeah, he will rape your wallet at the very least.
I felt like he was about to pickpocket my ass.
As
everybody, it's Nestor.
Let me squeeze my introduction.
Real quick. He's like, before they forget I'm even here.
Before we go on a 15-minute rant.
I want to say, obviously, different circumstances this week. We are all on the couch. The leather couches here, not anything else. And, the whole squad came out for my birthday. I got to say thank you to you guys for coming out. Appreciate it very much.
Of course.
Let's start off the show the best way that we usually do, with a shot.
Alcoholism.
Let's do it. We didn't pregame or nothing.
We're taking a shot at something else in the second half, because I want to save the rest of that bottle, you bastards.
You picked it.
That's why. That's the Mills notebook.
What?
We've been streaming for like 60 seconds.
Crazy ass people. I don't know, man. I'm just over here drinking a shot. You guys spilling all your shit. we already lost Nestor.
That's because your damn shot was coming out the glass as it was.
No, it wasn't sure. It was fine. None of that's mine.
None of that was yours?
No, I'm a professional alcoholic.
Okay. Well, I'll take you for your word. I'll take that.
We don't
Man, his notebook took a hit.
especially walking stick. This is some good stuff.
Yeah, shout out to Walking Stick.
My brothers. I'm gonna need a walking.
I would
stick.
say,
Show.
remind you, I did ask y'all what y'all want to drink before the show started.
I know, and then he called you a bastard.
You know, it sounded good in an idea, and then I'm like, Jesus, it's already halfway gone.
There's four of us. I don't know what we want to do here.
Anyway, this is a sports show.
It takes us 20 minutes at the beginning of every episode talking about sports.
I swear we do talk about the NFL and the NBA. We live stream this every Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. So if you want to click that link down in your podcast description, you'll be brought to the replay. But like I said, 9:30 on Wednesday nights, you can join the live chat and weigh in on the riveting conversation that we have every week. And with that being said, let's just hop right into things.
Well, I do have a question for you, Jalen.
Yep.
I saw the rundown.
Yep.
And I felt a little bit disrespected.
Why is that?
Because there are two things I think we should have talked about in this that we didn't. So I just have a question for Shaq. I want to ask Shaq this question. Okay. I'm going to give you an option of two players. You tell me which one you'd rather have. Okay. First one is 80 of 31, or 131 for 61.1% of his passes, 980 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. The other quarterback is 102 and 132, 77.3%, 1,037 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Which quarterback you taking?
This man.
Why is this even a question? Why is this a thought?
Can we go first?
What?
Huh?
You're the only one I'm asking.
Am I going?
Let's go to the first choice.
You're going with the first choice. You're going to go with 4 touchdowns and 1 interception with 61% over 77 and 6 touchdowns.
Actually, I heard that wrong. Never mind. I go with
Okay,
the
so
second
you're
choice.
saying
Yes,
okay.
I actually heard that wrong.
So, what you like, I like it, man. Geno time, baby, because that's what I'm talking about. Geno, NFC, Offensive Player of the Week.
This is where we are.
We are the Geno Smith for MVP show of record. I just announced that, by the way. So you better be good.
This team could barely even vote Lamar Jackson as MVP
You
any
could
season.
barely vote on which quarterback you would rather have. But you stared at me for 45 seconds, and I was worried about Mickey raping me. But no. So Russell Wilson is getting outplayed by the great second-round draft pick out of West Virginia people. That lost the Heisman to Johnny Manziel,
Yeah.
Mr. Geno Smith. I love it. And second of all, my Mariners are in the playoffs, first time in 21 years.
They are.
And
Let's
I am
give a nice little clap.
41 years old. This is only the 5th time they've ever been in the playoffs. Half my life, they haven't been 21 years, so I'm excited. So, all right.
Commitment.
It is committed.
Shout out to G Money in the chat coming in with the It's Geno time.
Damn right.
Gotta love
Geno
it.
time till it fucks up.
Yep.
Till next week.
Let's get into the recap for the week. So, week four, folks. We are officially a month into the season.
How did that happen?
This is the world we live in, folks.
It's a fast world.
We're gonna start off with. Figured just rip this Band-Aid off real quick. The Packers beat my Patriots in overtime, 27-24. I came into this thinking that we were gonna get annihilated. I thought it was gonna be a nice clapping of the cheeks, just get us on through there like a factory, and we're gonna come out on the other end and we would be manufactured into something completely different. But we actually put up a fight. We took him to overtime. My question to you guys, though, is were you on the same boat with me, thinking this was going to be a clapping, or did you think that this was going to be a interesting game as it turned out to be? Shaq, I'll start with you.
I thought it was gonna be a clapping, especially when y'all third string quarterback came out there and started throwing the ball around.
Bailey.
I was like,
Easy.
I was like, set in stone. They gonna catch a fat L, move on to next week. But I was like, oh shit, this is actually going to overtime. Y'all running A-Rod really for a battle, and I mean y'all lost, but that still showed. I don't know if that says more about A-Rod and the Packers, that the fact that they're over there duking around with the Patriots and a third string quarterback and really working hard for the win, or it says more about the coaching that y'all got going on in the process. So I was like, it was a very interesting game. I give y'all credit.
All right, before we're going, how did I miss that? Why the hell? Okay. You got some explaining to do later.
Who, me?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I don't know what I did.
So I mean, I guess that we knew that you thought that your team was going to get clapped when you put it in the chat.
Yeah.
That you
I was
we're
like,
about
all
to
right.
get clapped, and then all of a sudden in the second half, Jalen's getting pissed off. They're losing. And why? Because they did.
This was awful. This was awful.
Jesus, Shaq. They did just enough to give you hope,
They did.
just to snatch it away. Like that was. I mean, they were leading 10-7 at the half. They were still up with 6 minutes left in the fourth.
Yep.
You had all the hope that we might be able to close
Yes.
this out. We might be able to do it, and then all of a sudden Green Bay did what Green Bay does. And at the end of the day, man. First of all, I'm not 100% convinced that Zap, is that what we call him? Zapper, whatever. I don't know.
Zappe.
Zapper. I'm not convinced that he's not Mac Jones in a different uniform. He looks like the same goddamn person.
Thank you.
Just
He
wearing a different
literally
jersey number.
does.
Like, it's almost like
Yes.
he just wanted to change his identity because he did a bad job of dancing in the Pro Bowl. But he looks like the same person.
They look the exact
But,
same.
he was kind of impressive, though. He was 10 to 15, 99 yards, a touchdown, so you had a little bit of hope there.
He was solid.
And then, Green Bay did what they do with their average offense. I think that Aaron Rodgers threw for 250-something yards. I think he had an interception, but a couple touchdowns. But Jones had 16 carries for 110 yards. That was what I thought was the difference in the game.
Yeah.
Because that was really weird. I thought that New England would have done a better job with the run defense.
Yeah.
But I felt for you though, because I know what that's like, where you go into a game thinking you're not going to win, and then they give you hope that you might, and then you don't, and then you're more pissed off than what you would have.
Right. I'm like,
I
got my
was
expectations
willing
up a
to
little.
accept defeat
Yep.
until you allowed me to believe we could win,
Straight up.
and then we lost. As bad. As
Yeah. Shaq.
Already what?
Nestor's on his phone.
I think this says more about Green Bay than it does about the Patriots.
Okay.
I just hope Aguilar gets better and
Don't we
becomes
all?
a star wide receiver. But no, I think it says more about Green Bay. They're not as good as people think they are, and the fact that they're duking out in overtime with the Patriots with no, first-string quarterback says a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, I mean, Aaron Rodgers doesn't think they're better than what people think they are. He's calling his own team out.
Well, he's a
Yeah.
crackhead.
Post game, he said, he was like, "Listen,
Confirmed.
we cannot keep winning this way. This is unsustainable."
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, damn, man, like, how many buses do you want to run over your team with?" But I mean, it is true though that they're 3-1, but they're kind of a fraudulent 3-1 at this point. People look at 3-1 and the Packers thinking, well, the Packers should be 3-1, but they're winning in ways they're just like, you guys are a little sketchy.
Right.
I was just finding it funny that Nestor leans forward and leans his mic closer to his mouth all at the same
He wants to
time.
make
Go
sure he's
soft.
in there.
Sure
a lot
is.
better
I
this
promise.
It is,
I
yeah.
promise.
I think Mickey's scaring him right now. So
Standing
don't
there
lean
very
too far forward,
questionably.
Nestor.
Make sure your parents are pulled up there. Next one. All right, speaking of Nestor, so Cincinnati did snap Miami's winning streak, 27-15, last Thursday. Obviously, Tua went down in the first half of the game. Question is, of course, Teddy Bridgewater comes in, and Dolphins lose the game. Is the success of the Dolphins contingent on Tua? Nestor, we're definitely starting with you on this one.
Definitely, because I don't have faith in Bridgewater. Why would I? Tua's the guy that makes the tight passes, and that's what we need. We're not getting much from Tyreek Hill and Waddle after that win after Baltimore. So we need Tua back with a concussion or without. We need him to play. Otherwise,
We're gonna fly in the face an arrow.
I don't see how far we're gonna get. I like the energy.
Hernandez at the end of
I like the energy Bridgewater came out with. I liked how Teddy came out, but obviously it wasn't enough because he was throwing the ball into the back of Gazeki. So that's not going to work out. Not in a million years. So I don't want to lose to another crap team next week.
God damn.
So I
hear
really
that, Bengals?
hope we get our shit together. I really do.
This man has no faith in Cincinnati at all as a team.
I will say this, that I agree with you that Small Hands Teddy, he came out onto the field like with a moxie, like a confidence.
Very
and
slick,
you
very
you
slick.
thought
Yeah.
to yourself like, oh, they're about to do some
He can
shit.
do this.
And they didn't do anything. He threw like for 150-something yards and not a whole lot there.
He was out there.
And our
Yeah, he
defense
was out
got
there, though.
He was
our
there.
defense didn't look so motivated after they saw what he did. I felt like they kind of
Yeah. It was like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
we know we
focus.
don't stand a chance anymore.
I think that Teddy looked as confident as he does homeless now, because I don't know if you guys saw that when they were doing like they're like, hey, here's his face, and I was
Yeah.
like, When the hell did he turn into Cam Newton's little brother? I don't know what happened there. But yeah, so he looked really confident when he first came in, but then in like the third and fourth quarter, he looked like completely lost.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like if you're gonna say like, does Miami need Tua? I would like to see at least 1 week where Teddy is getting all of the first team reps and see what he can do with that offense. Because there's something to say for a backup quarterback to come in that's not getting first team reps, getting thrown in the middle of the first half. I mean, hell, you know what that's all about with Kenny Pickett. You know, like you don't. He doesn't have the rapport with a Hill and a Waddle and stuff like that in the offense that Tua was able to kind of garner. And so I'd like to see what would happen with the whole week of him being with the first team, because I do think that Teddy, when you hear Teddy Bridgewater, you think confidently, yeah, you're probably a top 5, top 6 backup quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
And Miami is a very talented, loaded roster. So I don't know why Shaq's laughing over there. He's just sad because his team sucks. But yeah. So I do think that you know, McDaniels. I think that man can smoke, snort enough cocaine. Because down South Beach, I think he can scheme up some shit with Teddy, and I think they might be okay.
Love how you make fun of me. Like, Miami hasn't been bad for the past 20 years. Over a lot.
We're talking this year, Shaq.
Okay. Miami's good for our season. We all seem to forget that Miami was bad for a while. But yes, I think their success strictly depends on Tua coming back. That's all I'm saying. They're on a hot start. Before this team gets too kind of like depressed, deflated, we need Tua to come back and put the air back in them tires for them.
Is there a timetable on him coming back?
There isn't right now, and I wouldn't get
2 weeks.
That's from Nestor.
Hopefully
tomorrow.
MD Nestor. Okay.
But the last time we saw Tua on the football field, he was reenacting Edward Scissorhands. Like, that's how bad he had his head beat in on that ground. That just wasn't, like, that was scary. And that's 2 weeks in a row where he's been wobbling like crazy or doing Edward Scissorhands shit. And so he might be gone for a long time. But we also do need to calm down. Like, when you say things like snapping winning streaks, like we're 4 weeks into the year.
Nestor,
It's
have you guys
3
lost a
games.
game prior to that?
It's
No,
3
no.
games. I'm just saying. Let's not act like they were 8-0.
Shit,
or
I would
11-0.
love to have,
I would love
to have 3
very
game
much.
wins.
Thank you very much.
I feel like we beat 3 good teams.
You did.
You did.
You did.
And I can't even beat a bad. I can't even beat a bad team. So
I'll take them 3 wins any day of the
I kind of feel like right now this is like the New York Jets casting couch.
No,
Waiting
no,
to be
no.
raped.
yes, because all we do is get
They're
fucked by
just
them.
waiting to be raped by the Bronx.
It's like you over here. Give this man his credit. 3 win. That's a win streak
Don't talk too
against
soon.
good teams. And my ass can't even win against the fucking Jets. We got to go to overtime. We asked.
Shaq, don't get ahead of yourself.
We have a section called the L's of the week. We'll
He's
get there.
already getting
We'll
into
get there.
already fucking heated about this fucking subject.
I know you heated. I see the sweat. Like,
I'm upset.
We thought it was storm surge in Fort Myers. Like, calm down. It'll be okay, man. I'm sorry I brought it up, Shaq. It's gonna be all right, buddy. It's gonna be okay. This man's about to crack his neck off. He's
My neck already got enough weight on it. Last thing you do is add extra stress to me.
All right, let's move on to the next topic here.
you didn't even give us your opinion on the game.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm a lot of what you were saying. I do like. I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is bad. I think he's just, a solid backup. There is a lot to be said because Tua has all the reps with the first team and knows all those guys pretty well at this point. So I do feel like it's. Will we ever know if Bridgewater could take them as far as Tua will? Probably not, because I'm assuming Tua will be back sometime in the near future. So, yeah, I don't think Teddy will have a whole lot of time with this group to, start and get a bunch of reps in. But
Teddy started off last year with Denver 3-0.
Huh.
A little bit better than Little Hands Wilson.
I really don't want to hear that name right now, but that man has wronged me in more games than one.
Yeah, he's your QB1.
He is.
You're like
Yes.
Tom Hanks in Castaway. What's up?
That's where we're at. Speaking of QB1, the Cowboys about to have a new
What
QB1.
about them Cowboys?
They went ahead and held off the Washington football team to
Commanders.
Held off. Generous.
25-10. So, Malin, what do you need to see Cooper Rush if he wants to keep this starting QB position?
I mean, I think that Cooper Rush just needs to keep being Cooper Rush, which is probably the coolest name for a quarterback in the NFL.
Slick
right now.
name.
If your name is Cooper Rush, you were probably homecoming king in high school, and probably the head of some fraternity, and probably has AIDS. But no, he needs to just keep doing what he's doing, because right now through 3 games, right? 3 games in like 2 minutes in one game. He's completing 60% of his passes, 757 yards, 4 touchdowns. Most importantly, 0 interceptions. He's not doing what backup quarterbacks normally do, which is have those egregious turnovers.
Right.
He's got a 95 quarterback rating right now. What really needs to happen is that the Dallas defense needs to keep being what they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing, because they're only allowing 15.5 points a game, a total of 4 touchdowns, and they're only allowing 19 out of 57 third down conversion right now. So yeah, so Dallas defense has been showing up. So Cooper Rush doesn't need to put up Dak Prescott numbers. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing, the defense doing what it's doing, and allow Dak Prescott to fully heal, not rush him back early like the Seahawks last year, because we had Geno Smith starting quarterback, like get Russell back as quick as fucking possible. But an interesting stat about Cooper Rush, though, is that he is the first Dallas Cowboys quarterback to start his career 4-0. First one, because he won last year at Minnesota, 3-0 now. You have Hall of Famers like Staubach, Troy Aikman. You got the great Tony Romo over there. I mean, Dak Prescott, and yet this man, Cooper Rush, 4-0. So it's pretty crazy. So he just needs to keep doing what he's doing, but the defense needs to keep doing what they're doing, and they'll be just fine.
Do you think there's a chance that he retains the starting position?
When you say retain the starting position, you mean like throughout the entire year?
Right, like Dak's healthy, and they say, you know what, Dak, you can stay on the bench.
I don't think we're looking at a Tony Romo, Dak Prescott situation, because not only were the Cowboys winning back then, but Dak Prescott was putting up like some pretty phenomenal numbers. Like Cooper Rush is still putting up some average quarterback numbers. 60% is average. 4 touchdowns is average. Only 757 yards. But I think that he can stay the quarterback longer than what people might think, so that Dak Prescott can be 100% healthy when he actually comes back versus having to rush him back.
Yeah.
So I think we might see him be the quarterback a little bit longer if he can keep it up. But I think we're still going to see Dak at some point.
Okay, I got you. Shaq?
He has done a great job with this with this team so far. Like, people probably expect him to just be a filler and just like as soon as Dak is at his peak. I think this man will maintain his job as long as he maintains his function right now. I don't think this team necessarily is looking for him to put up amazing numbers. As long as you provide wins for us and you're not making like stupid mistakes, throwing pick after pick, they will keep him at the starting position. It's like Prescott, you might have to take a back seat to homeboy until he starts fucking up. The moment this band starts like becoming a backup quarterback stats, then they're gonna shove him right back. It's like, Prescott, come out there. But until then, if he keeps doing what he's doing and they're still getting wins out of it, this man's gonna retain his starting position. So
Was I the only one that heard Shaq use the word "us" in that? Did you just become a Cowboys fan?
No, I mean,
He said us.
I think he was putting himself in their shoes.
This man said us. I don't.
He's really feeling.
I'm looking
Cooper
for a
Rush.
way out. I'm gonna need you not to call me out. Myself.
He's like, if I just slowly ease it in there.
by this time, by week 8, I can easily transition to a Cowboys fan. Society they would have noticed.
The moment this man buys a Cooper Rush jersey is the moment
man breaks
Dak Prescott comes back.
Cooper Rush will break both femurs the day that I buy that jersey. Just in one play. Both femurs gone.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna echo what Shaq said. Honestly, if they can beat LA this weekend, I could fully see them being like, all right, Dak, we don't give a damn if you're healthy. We are sticking with Cooper. I don't necessarily think that's the right decision at the end of the day, but because it's the Cowboys and because they're such a in-the-moment organization, if Jerry Jones says it, that's what goes, and I could totally see that happening.
Really? With all
Yeah.
that money they paid
Yeah.
Dak when he's 100% healthy?
1,000. They are a in-the-moment, what's hot, what's selling tickets, and I feel like if he can win, what would that be, 4 games in a row this season?
Yeah.
4 games in a row.
But it's not like the Rams are a measuring stick of success
No,
right now.
they're not. But Jerry Jones will still like to say we beat the Super Bowl
Stats.
champs, and with
Stats.
our
But the
undefeated.
stats aren't great.
But no, it's the
60%.
fact that they went 5 games straight winning. Just about they're gonna be like, yeah.
I just think he could win 7 or 8 games in a row.
and it's gonna bring
And
tickets.
he drops
Exactly.
if he drops one game, has a really bad game, and Dak is fully healthy, Dak will be the starting quarterback.
But unfortunately, I feel like they're so wish-washy. They wouldn't even wait one full game being dropped. It would be first half of the game.
Yeah,
he be bad, and they'll pull him out.
They'd be bringing Dak in like Willis Reed.
But that's how wish-washy they are. They would have this man perform for 5-6 games perfect.
Yeah.
Dropped first half of football, Dak is coming straight in there. But that team's
if
just
he's
so
healthy.
they don't
If
give a
he's
shit that
healthy.
man tell. That man can be out there on crutches, put the pads on real quick, and get step out there.
What's good drama? Check. Dak, we don't care if you're healthy or not. Just come on out. Yeah, that's the Cowboys at the end of the day.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. Whatever's hot in the moment.
How's your thumb? All
They
good.
don't give a shit. They
Bring
will
back-
cut. They will cut it off at the side.
Can you do a thumb war?
They will cut that thumb off on the sidelines. Like, and then the problem if it ain't there, go ahead and get rid of it. We put you out there.
Jerry Jones is like, if you can beat me in a thumb war, you're ready to play. Yeah, he doesn't even move his thumb.
It's like, all right, you got me. Get out there.
He's like, get it. Come on. Get out there. Yeah.
Nestor, any thoughts on this?
No, I think the same way. I hope that Bridgewater performs the way Cooper Rush is playing right now. And but I think as soon as Dak is ready, they're gonna bring him back in. He's the
Okay.
long term project
So you're with me.
in there. So yeah, definitely.
What a statement that was, though. I
hope.
hope that Teddy Bridgewater can perform the way that Cooper Rush has been performing. Like, only in 2022
Yes.
in this NFL season we make statements.
We are living in the future.
Everybody was thinking 3 weeks ago that the Cowboys were gonna go
Yeah.
like 1-17, maybe 0-17.
Now look at
They're
us.
like, you guys ain't even gonna win a game.
But only
Because
20.
Dak couldn't win a game, and now all of a sudden they're like, maybe
Just look
Cooper
at us.
Rush can take us to the Super
But
Bowl.
only in 2022 are we wishing Bridgewater to perform. It's like, why are we caring about Bridgewater and what this man does?
The fact that we want him to perform as good as somebody named Cooper Rush that only started one game up until this
Well.
year. That's what's great.
Football is
Sorry,
amazing this year. There's a lot going on that
great.
none of us would expect to be happening this year. None of it at
A
all.
lot of mediocrity.
Yes.
Yes.
The fact that the Miami Dolphins, Nestor's team, is the best team
Damn.
out. Is the best team out of all 4 of our teams.
Really?
He just threw a Hurricane Ian over your head with the
You
shit
guys
he
lost
threw
because
over
of
there.
Jets, and you're coming after me.
How many championships do y'all have?
we
Fix it next week.
It's like this man talking a lot of shit for a team who hasn't played them yet. when Bridgewater out there throwing the ball around against the Jets.
Okay,
Let's not get personal.
I hope they walk the fuck out of y'all.
Shaq out here,
Shaq's like, I
Shaq
hope
out
the
here with
Jets-
some PTSD. Y'all ain't played them yet. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to face Zach Wilson.
I hope Tyreek and Waddle both fall out in the first quarter.
Stop it.
Shaq. Are you okay,
I hope Zach
Shaq?
Wilson fucks you.
I hope he
I hope he has
Two
50
next to
points
each
in
other.
fantasy.
tears y'all shit up cheek by cheek and beat y'all by this.
Cheek fights.
Good.
I hope Zach Wilson's on Time Magazine next week.
Exactly. I'll have GOAT conversations by the end of playing y'all that week.
Oh my god.
Zach Wilson might be the GOAT of all quarterbacks by the end of the
We need to switch seats at the second half.
It's not my fault. They keep bringing up my team and the Jets every freaking time they get the opportunity.
Y'all,
Y'all did it to yourself.
it's self-inflicting pain between you two.
I never
We
said
were
that.
talking about the Cowboys, and he brought up the Dolphins, and he brought up the Steelers. I don't
I
know
didn't-
what you guys are mad about.
He bring up the Jets. We could have won without bringing up the Jets.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's go ahead and talk
All
about the
right.
Bills.
Yes. So the Bills scored 20 unanswered points against the Ravens to beat them 23-20. Question is, what does it say about the Ravens now that they've done this twice in 4 games?
No, first of all, when you say fuck the point spread, okay,
Yes.
because that was some bullshit. You're like on the 2-yard line, you kick a field goal when Jalen and I had Buffalo at 3.5.
Were you feeling as confident as I was? Like, oh yeah, about to
We-
cover
we-
these
and-
points.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I went bitch ass on them. That's cool. I would have been 5-0 this week if it wasn't for 2 yards. 2 yards. That made me mad. But I
Man.
digress. Continue. I just had to get that off my chest.
Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that the Ravens are possibly choke artists here, or do you think it's just coincidence? 2 games that they blew leads, one to Miami, one to Buffalo. 2 very good teams.
I mean, it's two,
nonetheless.
like they're 2 tough opponents, honestly. Especially the Bills. Like, I mean,
I gotta admit, there's still
if they're playing the
something
Steelers,
funny about Nestor saying 2 tough opponents. I
the
know
Jets,
that.
the Jets.
I know that Miami's 3-1, but when Nestor says 2 tough opponents, it's still
it's
not
hard to
registering me
process.
that Miami was actually playing good. So I am sorry, Nestor. I thought you were making it funny. Continue.
But yeah, I think it says a lot about Baltimore. They're just being Baltimore at this point. They're choke artists.
You hear that, DMV? Go
Like
ahead.
their
Shaq.
second half just doesn't look good at all. At all.
I mean, never mind. But
This show is great.
Why is Shaq so in his feelings tonight? He
this
is
man's talking about choke artists as he just lost against Cincinnati. But we go ahead.
We lost a quarterback.
this man is so emotional tonight. It's crazy.
And we're only not even 40 minutes in.
No.
But anyway,
Do you need a hug?
I still got faith in Baltimore to pull through at some point this season. Especially in the division that they're in. They're of course gonna make playoffs this year. I feel like
Jesus.
Cincinnati, of course they can. Yeah, but anyway, I feel like in the division that they're at, they of course make playoffs. Browns is of course my Pittsburgh. That's the competition right now, and
Well,
Cincinnati.
they lost to your team.
Huh?
Yeah,
I mean, but still, how many more wins do we have left in the season, left in our tank?
we're not talking about that. We're talking about
For a team that we have not talked about all half, we've short talked a lot about. Goddamn.
coming back. That's what I'm saying. I think Shaq needs a hug.
Every
Like,
single
Nestor
team we've
gives
talked
him a
about, some of the
hug,
Steelers
man.
come up.
He needs-
All I'm saying is that
Give me
this
some
team,
love.
I'm not worried about them until they hit playoffs, and then that's when the concern comes of if they can maintain playoff caliber.
Are they guaranteed to go to the playoffs? Though?
I think so. Their division
Really?
in the division right now, I think it's their biggest factor is Cincinnati, and Cincinnati has had a rough patch so
I
far.
mean, you got the AFC West, and you got 2 teams in the AFC East that are doing good, right?
yeah,
So the wild card is not guaranteed to come out of that division,
Right.
and you're only going to have one division winner. And right now, you got Cincy kind of getting over that hangover, and you have Baltimore not figuring out how to close out games.
Yeah.
It's really kind of crazy because it's almost like the owner of Baltimore is like, hey, guys, Lamar's like doing too good right now. Can we go ahead and put this game?
Yeah,
up so
Lamar
we
is
get a
putting
better
in
contract?
work. Lamar is putting in
Like,
work.
like we cannot endure another 14 days of ESPN talking about Lamar Jackson and his contract. Can we fuck this up, please?
Defense,
Because-
go sit on your hands.
Because that offense does so great for one half, and then it's like they sit on their heels.
yeah.
The second half, thinking they're just going to be able to pull it out. But the one thing I will say, and this is a question to you guys, is like, what did you guys think about Harbaugh going for it on 4th and 2, with only a couple minutes left in the game when the game was tied? Could have gone up by 3, but he went for it on 4th and it ended up getting intercepted. Personally, I think that he did the right thing. You got an MVP candidate.
Right.
You got an MVP candidate on the other side of the ball.
Yep.
You need more than 3 points.
Yeah.
Marcus Peters may disagree, considering he tried to fight his coach on the sideline. He had to be separated. So Marcus Peters might not agree with what I'm saying right now. But what did you guys think about that call?
I didn't have a problem with it either. When you've got one of those, a Josh Allen, a Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, whoever it may be, like when you've got that good of a player, put the ball in their hands and whatever happens, happens. I would put my money with them at the end of the day. So
And they had not stopped Buffalo one time in the second half.
exactly, I thought it was
Buffalo scored the entire second half.
right. It was a
They
ballsy
scored
move,
20
and it's like, hey,
They scored 20 unanswered points, and you're like, okay, we'll just go ahead and
right.
get 30.
We need to do something. So, come on, let's try and stop the bleeding. But fortunately, it just didn't work out for him. So.
I agree with the call. Football comes at risk, and unfortunately, when you have two high caliber teams, to a degree, it's kind of like you got to take those shots. And unfortunately, I feel like if they would have converted it, we'd be talking about a completely different situation altogether right now. So it's
How spectacular Lamar Jackson is.
yeah, it's just a game of risk. You got to take those chances. That I feel like those 3 points would not have been enough, and I feel like it would have still ended the same.
How the same media that praised the New York Giants and Daboll for going for 2 instead of kicking for the tie to
Right.
overtime, are the same media that's like crucifying John Harbaugh for not going for the touchdown there. So I don't know. I like it. I just think they could have executed better. But fuck Buffalo for not scoring a touchdown, because that could have been 5-0 without the tie.
God damn it.
That was that by half a point.
Yep. It is what it is. All right, let's move on to the next portion here, which is, of course, since we are a month into the season, we are doing our fantasy update. So every month, we're going to check in with our league, see how everybody's
I
feeling.
want to talk about it.
This is gonna be a fun second.
I'm excluded from this.
Not
Yeah.
Especially now you look, you don't start with you. To be honest with you,
you. We are gonna start with it. That's what we're doing.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
So, we like to check in and see how everybody's doing currently. We are in a 16-person league, folks at home. I feel like that's important to throw out there. So, let's start off with what we do like about our team. Let's start off on a positive, optimistic note on what we actually like and are enjoying.
You might want to start with me.
Yes, this is coming from the one who's 3-1, who has
Yeah.
more wins than the rest of this room.
I am. What I like about my team is it was 3-1. I think I won 5 games last year. So the fact that I'm 3-1 this year is good. I like that Saquon Barkley is not hurt. He's pulled out 86 fantasy points at the running back position. That's pretty good. 463 yards, 2 touchdowns. I like my pickup of Jeff Wilson, the backup running back for the 49ers.
Okay.
After the starting running back went down, forget his name. Fuck him, he's injured anyways.
Yep.
But this guy has gone 3 straight games of over 11.5 points. So I like that. He had like 18 points last week. And I'm excited about Gerald Everett, who I picked up as a waiver wire on tight end because George Kittle was hurt.
Yeah.
But Everett has scored the third most fantasy football points
Okay.
for tight end so far with 49.1 points. So I'm excited about that pickup too. So and I'm really happy about being 3-1. How are you guys feeling? You guys feeling good?
Go ahead.
I like nothing about my fantasy other than the app works. My team.
It's like I'm just glad my app works so I can see how fucked up my
The app is great.
The one game that I really did well on, I ended up tying. My record is 1-2. My record is 1-2-1 right now.
And who did you tie with?
Morgan.
That's where we're at, folks.
It's bad when the saving grace of my team is Geno Smith. That is a saving fucking grace of my
Gino
team.
time, baby.
Exactly.
Gino.
And I still got my shit kicked in that week too by Jalen
You
this
did.
past week.
My Jalen broke ass squad.
Let's go, baby.
There's not a damn thing I like about my
Get
team.
right week.
Not a damn. Other than I picked my team in traffic trying to drive to the fucking event that we were doing.
Because your ass went the wrong way.
Yes, I hate this godforsaken fantasy team. And you guys are probably tired of hearing me saying it because not a year goes by that I do good in fantasy. So
You really don't.
no.
You actually kind of really bad.
Yes. So I'm happy the app works. By next week, the app is gonna continuously shut down on me because I brought it up. They will not work. So fuck fantasy.
Well, what about you, Nestor?
I
How you
have
feeling,
had
buddy?
4 L's in a row. The only thing I like about my team is that Trey Lance is injured.
As you should. You're the one that picked him, though. I don't know.
I didn't pick him. The algorithm did.
Oh yeah, because you auto drafted.
It was the
You're like
algorithm.
the only person I ever know that's auto drafted and go.
I wasn't there. I would never
Normally
pick Trey
auto
Lance.
drafts win.
I'm trying to sell Garoppolo. Like he's like
I offered
Peruvian
you.
cocaine.
I offered you Geno Smith.
You should have taken Geno.
I should have taken him.
If you would have
I
taken
will
him
admit
last
that.
week, you'd be. You'd
I,
probably
I like
right now.
I like that if St. Brown can walk again next week, that I could maybe pick up my first W.
I'm really glad he couldn't last week.
I hope the
Let's see,
Lions
hold
can
on.
do really good.
I'm looking
And
to
I
see.
like
who do you
else
play
I like
next
on my
week?
team? I like Brissett. I'm gonna start him next week.
Yeah, I
instead
mean,
of
at this
Mariota.
point,
Brissett's doing good. He's got like a 74, 70 passing completion
How
against
bad
Steelers.
do you have to be when you're like,
So
man,
can-
Jacoby Brissett is
Steelers.
gonna be my win?
admit that he brought the Steelers this time? How do you bring that shit up?
He said, I'm really excited about Jacoby Brissett. Shaq, I think Nestor needs a hug now.
I mean,
This is like the hug couch.
I think we need to change seating arrangements come next second half of the show.
This is the hug couch.
One of
over here.
y'all gotta come sit next to Ness the second half of the show.
Is Brissett not doing good? He's
a-
doing pretty good.
He's salty.
That's the best
Man
thing.
has been pretty good.
That Nestor's team is so in the dumps that Jacoby Brissett is his highlight.
Yes. Nestor's upset because his team has paper mache knees and half of them are fucking
hey,
broke down.
Let's talk about just last week over the fact that, first of all, Nestor started
My
Alvin
main
Kamara
running
when
back.
he didn't even play.
My main running back is shit.
He forgot the game was started at
What is he?
9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh shit!"
Nestor only had one player that even had over 10 fantasy
Good
points.
God
last
in
week.
heaven,
And that was Reynolds from Detroit,
Jesus!
who actually had 21 points. His quarterback had 3.86 points. And E. Moore from the Jets, who he doesn't want to do good, had 8.5. Everybody else was
okay.
under 5 points. Everybody else was under 5 fantasy points.
Just so you guys know, Mariota got 1 point more than Tua.
Wait,
Last week.
but let me ask you this: like, why did you start Mariota?
So don't talk to me about
when
Atlanta
you have
anymore.
Brissett and Garoppolo on your bench. You have 2 other quarterbacks on your bench.
Why do you have 3 quarterbacks?
Because everybody was hyping
He's
Mariota.
just sliding them in.
Oh man, that's such a rough team.
For mine, things that I was highlighting, it's really just my wide receivers right now.
So your only win is against me.
Wait, but this is supposed to be good.
Yeah, those are my
Yeah,
only two
okay.
good
Wait,
things.
did he have anything good to say?
Brissett. And,
Okay, Jacoby Brissett. Yeah.
Not even started.
That's a stretch.
yes,
Go ahead.
Quite the stretch.
Yeah. Go ahead. Jesus. Did you just snort?
He's only positive as a player that hasn't put up any points for him.
It's just a hypothetical
He,
positive.
he hasn't ruined me yet, so it's a positive.
My only positive is someone's had on my bench the whole time. That's great.
He
My
hasn't
best
wronged me,
running back.
so-
My best running back just tore his ACL. So
I would say Joe's listing positive as his only wins against me.
Yes, folks. Up until
Jalen got Jefferson and Brown though, like
right, up
he's
until
got
last
a wide
week,
receiver squad.
I did not have a win, and then I found God and I beat Shaq.
You found Shaq.
Found God in,
You found Shaq.
I say found God in the corner of my forehead, and it get granted you a win.
You know, you don't need God
was-
to find a win with Shaq. You just need to go to a homeless camp.
you just need the Jets.
Shaq was just saying, okay, next
Second half of the chart, I will sit over there before I sit next to Ness. The second half of this chart, this motherfucker tries me every single time that he has opportunity to.
I kind of feel like Shaq's about to knock me out.
This man
Like
talks.
he's about to headbutt.
That 20-year joke hurt. That's why.
He's about to headbutt.
I want to
his
say
ass.
3 years ago, you could probably buy a Miami Dolphins ticket for
right.
a pack of gum and cigarettes. This man's talking shit.
So now we need to talk about what we don't like about a fantasy.
right.
That
You
play
must thought
thoughts.
this is what we don't like in
No.
this segment.
That I
Well,
like.
but let me go ahead and go first.
It's a whole hour for me.
Mr. 3 and 1 over. We don't have an hour. We're not being here until 4 a.m. And that's me talking. Okay. I'm the one that always keeps us here late. I'm a little bit upset with the fact that Derrick Henry only has 65 fantasy points.
Wow.
He had less than 10 fantasy points the first 2 weeks of the year. Sir, what are you doing? Like, come on, run the goddamn ball. And Joe Burrow, been a little bit of a disappointment. His fantasy quarterback. The
All them
high he's
picks.
had is 23 points. So he's only been over 20 fantasy points 2 out of 4 weeks. So I'm not too thrilled about Joe Burrow being my fantasy quarterback right now. But that's really all I got. Everything else kind of gravy.
What's nice?
Pretty good.
I'll also keep mine fairly brief. I didn't draft well, so a lot of this is on my own damn fault. But 2 people, Russell Wilson and Darren Waller.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on in Vegas and Denver?
Jesus.
Darren Waller, I mean, y'all can see how bad the Raiders have been this first month. So,
He got a good 5 points last week.
yep, there he is. Russell Wilson, though, Jesus, man. I mean, I thought, the Broncos would have a rocky start, but I figured that Russ would play better than he is now. He's
He had 9
really, really annoying me. Every week I'm like, Jared Goff, I could put him in real quick. He might be a little better than Russell
So
Wilson.
Russell Wilson has had 17, 11, 9,
Yep.
and then 27 points.
Yeah. I needed those 27 to match Gino's 31.
Damn. And Gino time, baby. Still outdid him.
That's right.
Jesus. Yeah, that's rough for Mr. Unlimited.
Yes,
That's not pretty
Mr.
limited.
Unlimited. He hasn't been unlimited in my fantasy points, but those are my 2 low lights is Russ and Darren Waller. So, Shaquille, go ahead.
My negative is that I played fantasy football this week. Now I gotta sit here and catch 2 L's a week, and it's really. I don't know if I can go 17 weeks doing this.
You don't have a choice.
Don't know if I can do it. Like at this point, I haven't even put my Steelers jersey on so far this season. I don't know if I want to. And at this point, I'm autopilot with picking who's playing in my fantasy lineup. I'm like, fuck it, somebody go in there and do something.
Spin a wheel.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Everybody, Gino has scored the most amount of points so far for me, and I guarantee you, the only person that beat it's gonna be him this season. So let's see where it goes.
Me, I am picking up from the scraps from the players that nobody wants. And I have my entire bench with Q's all over their name. And somehow, my starting lineup has Q's all over their fucking names. So, half my team, like, nobody can walk, first of all. I I hate everything about this team
I would.
except maybe Brissett, and that's weird to say.
Not too bad.
That's extremely weird to say.
It's very sad to say. That's not weird.
Bateman doesn't catch anything because Baltimore just passes to I think it's Mark Andrews all the time, so he's not picking up anything, and he's kind of questionable mostly. So
Your whole roster is built like this motherfucking skeleton.
pretty much they can't walk. They're in wheelchairs. So, yeah, that's all.
I just want to point out, I'm looking at Shaq's roster right now for week 4. This man got 31.7 points out of
Gino.
I was
Yeah.
actually incorrect. He was the number 2 fantasy getter. You want to know who number 1 was? Jared Goff on the
Jared
bench.
Goff. Yeah.
33.
Jesus.
But Tony Pollard
Jared Goff.
with a whopping 1.8 points. I don't even know who Hines is from Indianapolis. 2.3 points. I don't know how bad your team got to be that you start Taylor's backup before Taylor's even hurt. Yeah. Chase had 12 points. Waddle had a down week, but he'll be back.
You want to trade him?
You want to talk about Chase Claypool for a second?
Yo,
You wanna talk about
Chase
the wide receiver?
Claypool. My
no
God.
points?
I was like, what was. When he had 0 points, I was like, oh, he got hurt. And I looked, and I'm
did.
like, nothing
He was
happened.
Yeah, so
He was on the field.
and that's my problem. Is like
He was
I got
there.
I got all these players. All my players are active on the field. So I was like, what the fuck are y'all doing on the field? And secondly, Nessa, you the last one getting any trade out of
I
me
want Waddle.
whatsoever.
You had George Kittle 2 catches for 24 yards. I mean, he's supposed to be like a top 5 tight end. Like, damn man, you snake bit.
Exactly, that's what I'm
a big-ass
saying.
snake.
All my players are on the field, and I still can't get a damn one out of it. So I'm looking at these games like, what the fuck y'all doing? I'm looking, it's like, did he get hurt? I didn't get the update that he's hurt. Now look at it. Nope, motherfucker's running up and down the field, not doing a damn thing. This man making laps. Laps.
It's just, damn. I mean, you started Kittle in week 2 when he didn't even play, so that's cute.
So, but anyway, y'all are my witness. If Nestor asks me in the group chat one more time for a trade, I'm gonna throw a fit.
All right. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what our focus
Yes.
is for the next 4 weeks. So we're 1 month in, right?
Right.
So my biggest focus is, can I trust Rashad Penny with Seattle? Because he started off 8.7 points on my bench. Then he followed up with a whopping 1.5, then 7.9. Then last week, tore it up. I think it was 16 or 17 carries for 152 yards. 2 touchdowns, 28.7 points. Just like he did the last 6 or 7 weeks last year. So my fear is like, do I trust him to be Rashad Penny of last year? Like, is that just an anomaly, or is that like things to come? Because if I get 2 to 3 weeks into keeping 20-some points on my bench, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
So that's like my biggest focus. I'm looking at him like, can I buy in to what he did last week? Is that sustainable? Is that something we can count on? So I don't, because there's nothing worse than leaving fantasy points on the bench.
Yeah. That's a tease.
That's why Nestor's over there talking about Jacoby Brissett.
Nestor, you want to go next? What are you gonna workshop here this next month?
Definitely not starting Mariota.
Well,
But yeah, I hope Brissett carries the team. Otherwise, I'll be 6 L's, 6 straight L's. I don't have much faith in my team. All of them
Really?
are Qs. All of them. That's all I see on my roster.
I'm not
Qs.
gonna lie, I wouldn't either, man. You got a rough squad.
Hopefully, if Shaq gives me Waddle for Garoppolo
No.
and
I
Brissett,
think you guys are closer to fighting than you are
Of a deal.
trading Waddle. I think Shaq is more likely to swing on you right now.
I think the deal I gave Angel for Tyreek Hill, Waddle,
What's you trying
For,
to get Dolphins?
Garoppolo.
because you know his team is on to something this year. So
They're on
he's
to
trying to
something.
get them all.
Something. Never mind.
Go ahead,
You guys
Shaq.
know they have Bridgewater at 17.2. That's more than any of my QBs.
Yeah.
That's what he's projected.
and-
17.
Out of about
Hey,
6
you
quarterbacks
got-
on your roster.
You do have the Broncos backup running back Boone. He's going to start getting a lot more carries because Williams is
Unless he
down
breaks his
with
ACL,
and
like
LCL.
the other.
Well, Williams tore his ACL and they said he tore his
Yeah,
LCL and
fuck.
something
Oh.
else. Like he's going to be out from like a year and a half.
Forever.
So,
Man, it sucks.
what about
Go
you,
ahead, Shaq.
The only thing I pray for is that these people who are expected to perform actually perform. Like, I don't have people injured. They're just not getting touches or catches or anything like that. So I just need these people to actually, like, go back to being targets on their team. Why is Claypool not getting more, like, catches when he's supposed to be, like, a prime receiver on their team?
You already got
Why is-
Claypool starting this week.
Yeah, look, that's because you let me down last fucking week, and the week, like, why isn't Kittle getting more touches and
That's
catches?
really
in the game?
that's what frustrates me about Baltimore. They're not passing.
That's
When
what I'm saying.
when Bateman was healthy, they weren't passing to him. It was
Yeah.
all Mark Andrews.
You got prime people not getting.
And I
touches
blame
and
Boston
carries.
for that because they're just letting Mark Andrews like have the ball in like wide open spots. So that's your fault, Jalen.
I just love the fact that Geno Smith is a starter in this league.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
And he's doing
NFC.
pretty good.
And it's not like he's doing bad numbers either.
Yeah.
He's doing good enough
He's
numbers that
doing
you can
pretty
get like you can get by with them.
Doing a hell of a lot better than what your other quarterback was, Stafford.
My thing to workshop, like I was saying with Russell Wilson, I may have to put a little bit more trust into Jared Goff. He's sitting on my bench, and he's been putting up.
Number one offense in the NFL.
Yep. I mean, it's going to hit a point now.
Sounds weird.
I got to trust that man Goff, even though he's playing some stingy defenses, New England next week and Dallas. But after that, Miami, Green Bay, Chicago, I may have to trust Jared Goff.
What world are we living in? We're
Disrespectful.
talking about Jared Goff and Geno Smith
Yeah.
starting in a 16-team fantasy team.
Yeah.
Like what? What?
And Jacoby Brissett.
It's Jacoby Brissett, and I'm over here pissed off about Joe Burrow. What is going on with this NFL
This is strange.
season?
This is very
is ridiculous.
strange. We're definitely in
This is
spooky
wild,
season.
man.
All right, we're weighing in just a little over an hour, so that is a perfect time to come in for our break. When we come back, we are going to have G Money join us on Discord. So, yeah, folks, we got community comments, L's of the week, and then your favorite segment, the Ride or Die in 55. So, yeah, we will be back in about 7.5 minutes.
Ain't nobody sleeping tonight.
Nope.
I'm literally about to go swim out my house, go get my scrubs, and go back to work.
All right, we need to set up. Hey there, After Further Review fans. We got a question for you that's bigger than Shaq's goddamn forehead. So here we go. Who, in your opinion, is the most underrated player heading into this year's NFL season? Is it a kicker like Justin Tucker? Is it a wide receiver like Keenan Allen? Is it the backup running back on your favorite team that probably sucks? You let us know who is the most underrated player in this NFL season, and we'll let Shaq know. Bye.
Who led the AFC in reception yards?
Tyreek Hill.
Incorrect.
Just say an answer. Somebody.
Who is Jamar Chase?
There we go. 200 to G Money.
NFC for 200.
This person led the NFC in reception.
Who is Cooper Cup?
Correct.
Alex, I'll take your mother for 200.
This team had 3 players on the top playoff reception leaders list.
Buffalo Bills.
Correct.
Who are the Los Angeles Rams?
Incorrect.
Is Kansas City?
Correct.
How many points was that?
This person led the Bills in playoff reception yards.
Come on, man. There's a number. I know it's 13.
Oh, you did get it right.
Yes.
Gabriel Davis.
God damn it. Yes, Gabriel Davis.
1,000 from right under Shaq's nose.
How you doing now?
We're guessing jersey numbers.
Did you know AFR is also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts? Click the first link in the description below to listen to the most recent episode of the show.
You cannot dispute it, man. I have a more complete team than you.
I already given it to you, Malin. I already said you have the best squad out here.
I heard you, and that took a lot for you to say.
You have the most complete team, but I wouldn't say you have the best team.
What team is better?
Mine.
All right.
Oh my god.
Ignorance. Oh, y'all. Ignorance.
Shaq still thinks his team is good. He has Bam Adebayo and James Harden.
So? James Harden is still good, okay?
All right, tell the 76ers that.
Y'all took my first 2 or 3 big men that I wanted. Stop it.
Tyler.
Besides my...
You had the first pick.
I know, but I didn't think y'all were gonna choose big men heavy off the jump off the big.
Well, he was the MVP.
In the NBA, there's not a lot of big men in the NBA.
I assumed y'all were gonna be those type of people who go choose guards and forwards heavy. So I was like, maybe I have at least one. I had at least one round.
You thought we were all stupid, huh?
No, that's all I said.
I thought we were all dumb as him. I would just like to point out one more time that Shaq and What's Up With That was trying to sell us
on Zion.
How this man actually looks like he's slimmed down, actually put on a little bit of muscle tone, and can actually be like a powerhouse of a center.
On freaking
And
Zion.
here we are.
And
here we are.
And y'all would
we needed a big man.
Y'all would have
judged
me for picking Zion. Zion has not played in almost 2 seasons.
Zion.
That man has not played basketball in about 2 seasons. Don't let me pick this man.
That man went with Odebayu over Zion.
Yes. You know why? Because that man played.
Shaq's a sly dude. This dude talking about.
Zion,
Hey, come on, look at Zion. Look at how
I
good
try to sell you.
Come on, look at him. I ain't trying to have.
I am the used car salesman of the basketball world. Look at him. He's there. You got a family of 5? I can stick them in here. Family of 5. Drive them around town.
What you did was you had 2 choices. There was like a 2020 Tesla that was broke down on the side of the road that just needed to do battery in Zion, and you went for the 86 Buick Cutlass. Like that's what you did. Like you went for old reliable.
Like this man wasn't on the third best team in the NBA this past season.
Can we stop with the third best team statistic?
Why be hating on me for choosing LeBron as like one of y'all wouldn't have chosen LeBron if it was still available?
Shaq had the first pick, and I knew 12 hours ago he was taking LeBron James.
True or untrue? Would y'all have chosen LeBron if he was still available at some point in a team?
No.
Stop lying to me.
No.
Stop lying
I
to
would
me.
not have taken LeBron. Nope.
Why y'all sit here both-faced lying to me? This is not an audio podcast. This is video. People are watching us.
Hold on. My first 2 picks were Giannis and Joker, and they still would have been my first 2 picks.
Yep.
If LeBron James is still available.
But would you have not chosen LeBron if he was still available at some point?
Nope.
Maybe a 3rd pick, but that would have been like pick 12. Number 1.
Okay.
If I could have any 2 picks, I would have taken the same as Malin's, Giannis and Jokic first 2.
It was great. Episode 90. Thank you y'all for watching.
Shut it down.
Shaq's six man would have been the barbershop show that LeBron James does. That would have been his.
He's taking the shop number 6. There we go. 200 to G Money.
NFC for 200.
This person led the NFC in reception.
It was Cooper Cup.
Correct.
Alex, I'll take your mother for 200.
This team had 3 players on the top playoff reception leaders list.
Buffalo Bills.
Correct.
Who are the Los Angeles Rams?
Incorrect.
Is Kansas City?
Correct.
How many points was that?
This person led the Bills in playoff reception yards.
Come on, man. Jersey number. I know it's 13.
Oh, you did get it right.
Yes.
Gabriel Davis.
God damn it. Yes, Gabriel Davis.
1,000 from right under Shaq's nose.
How you doing now?
We're guessing jersey numbers.
Did you know AFR is also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts? Click the first link in the description below to listen to the most recent episode of the show.
Cannot dispute, man. I have a more complete team than you.
I've already given it to you, man. That's what I hear.
I heard you, and that took a lot for you to say.
You have the most complete team, but I wouldn't say you have the best team.
What team is better?
Mine.
All right.
Oh my god.
Ignorance. Oh, y'all. Ignorance.
Shaq still thinks this team is good. He has Bam Adebayo and James Harden.
So? James Harden is still good, okay?
All right, tell the 76ers that.
Y'all took my first 2 or 3 big men that I wanted. Stop it.
Tyler.
Besides my... y'all...
You had the first pick.
I know, but I didn't think y'all were gonna choose big men heavy off the jump off the big.
Well, he was the MVP.
In the NBA, there's not a lot of big men in the NBA.
I assumed y'all were gonna be those type of people who go choose guards and forwards heavy. So I was like, maybe I have at least one. I had at least one round.
You thought we were all stupid, huh?
No, that's all I said.
I thought you're all dumb as him. I would just like to point out one more time that Shaq and What's Up With That was trying to sell us
on Zion.
How this man actually looks like he slimmed down, actually put on a little bit of muscle tone, and can actually be like a powerhouse of a center.
On freaking
And
Zion.
here we are.
And
here we are.
Y'all
we needed a big man.
Y'all would have judged me for picking Zion. Zion has not played in almost 2 seasons. That man has not played basketball in about 2 seasons. Don't let me pick this man.
That man went with Odebayu over Zion.
Yes. You know why? Because that man played.
This is Shaq's a sly dude. This dude talking about.
Zion,
Hey, come on, look at Zion. Look at how good
I try to sell you.
Come on, I ain't trying to have.
I am the used car salesman of the basketball world. Look at him, he's there. You got a family of 5. I can stack them in here. Family of 5. Drive around town.
What you did was you had 2 choices. There was like a 2020 Tesla that was broke down on the side of the road that just needed to do battery in Zion, and you went for the 86 Buick Cutlass. Like that's what you did. Like you went for old reliable.
Like this man wasn't on the third best team in the NBA this past season.
Can we stop with the third best team statistic?
Why be hating on me for choosing LeBron as like one of y'all wouldn't have chosen LeBron if it was still available?
Shaq had the first pick, and I knew 12 hours ago he was taking LeBron James.
True or untrue? Would y'all have chosen LeBron if he was still available at some point?
There are major technical
Stop lying to me. Stop lying to
I
me.
would not have taken LeBron. Nope.
Why y'all sit here both face lying to me? This is not an audio podcast. This is video. People are watching us.
Hold on. My first 2 picks were Giannis and Joker, and they still would have been my first 2 picks. If LeBron James is still available.
But would you have not chosen LeBron if he was still available at some point?
Nope.
Maybe a 3rd pick, but that would have been like pick 12. Number 1.
Okay.
If I could have any 2 picks, I would have taken the same as Malin's, Giannis and Jokic first 2.
It was great. episode 90. Thank you y'all for watching.
Shut it down.
Shaq's six man would have been the barbershop show that LeBron James does. That would have been his.
He'd have taken the shop number
He'd
6.
have taken the shop. That would have been his pick. He probably thought that came with LeBron James.
Like, hold on, Shaq, that does not count. And Nike shoes and Blaze Pizza.
I get LeBron 12s. I don't even know if LeBron has 12 shoes, but he gets LeBron 12s.
I don't know, Shaq tried to close the show out 2 minutes ago.
And here we are, still roasting me for another 2 minutes after trying to close the show out.
I think Rudy Gobert. We're ragging on Shaq. Nestor took Rudy Gobert. We're ragging on Shaq.
Now back to the show with your hosts Jalen, Shaquille, and Malin.
Welcome back to the show, folks. Second half of your favorite well-executed show on the internet. If somebody else wants to talk for about 60 seconds.
I got you, man. We're getting in here right now, getting G Money into the chat because G Money is one of the most loyal, not only listeners, but one of the most loyal DJs we got going on here. G Money, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Patty McStats, I'm doing damn good. I mean, my fantasy team sucks. Not as bad as Nestor's, but we'll see after.
Come on
this
now.
week.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know what I was picking last week. I think I was picking drunk.
That's not a bad place to be picking from.
It's good out either.
Most of us are picking drunk almost, so it's all right.
Well, I know that you and I were a lot of beers in deep going to Hussy games and Seahawk games last week. So I think you can be forgiven for whatever poor choices you made last week.
I for sure wasn't picking drunk because I already admitted that I was
I
driving.
didn't say there were poor choices. I just said I was drunk.
That's true. That's true. Well, your drunk choices are better than Nestor's sober choices. So
The algorithm. Okay. It was the algorithm.
this man out here trying to talk like Zuckerberg.
Like this man got some sort of SpongeBob algorithm operating his team.
Also, do you want Garoppolo?
Stop trying to trade.
To anybody that will listen.
Any chance I get.
This man's gonna go on Tinder and ask some girl, "You want to trade for Garoppolo?"
Speaking of Tinder, we want to welcome all of our new guests that may be joining us in the second half of the show. Hello out there to anybody that may be new here. We talk about sports sometimes.
All right.
Okay. I'm just saying that, like right now, and I keep looking at the screen. This feels like a really romantic setting that is making me a little bit nervous.
Romantic
With the pink and the red leather couches. And Mickey trying to stick his candle wick in me here. I don't know how I feel about all that.
Let's take our second half shot, our customer. When G Money's ready for it.
Y'all show off.
You thought you were a piece of shit.
We are drinking Woodford Reserve.
This is a little after show conversation.
I didn't make her say that.
The rye.
The rye, okay.
Yes.
G Money, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select Hero Selection.
Hero Selection.
Hero.
You can only get that on
Nice.
military bases.
Shit.
So,
G Money.
And because G Money is a Marine, he
Amen.
needs to buy it.
Pinkies up. All right. We're going to move into the community comments.
We're going to listen to some community comments and not my mom talking.
So Malin posed the question the other day on which 2-2 team is the most likely to make the playoffs, and then which is the least likely to make the playoffs.
And when I made that video, there were 13 teams, but because of the beauty of Monday Night Football, there's now 15.
Right.
So almost half the league is 2-2, which is pretty crazy. I'm not sure that's ever happened before.
Yeah. This is what. Yeah. So we have one person, Christopher something or other. Sorry, I'm not gonna pronounce your last name, but he said most likely the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
Makes sense. You didn't answer the second half of the question, but thank you anyway. And then we have a random person who didn't put their name. Least likely is the Atlanta Falcons, but most likely is Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Any thoughts on the Falcons? Not so much. Tampa, so much.
I mean, I'm more likely to see Tampa, best 2-2 teams, make it. And my quick least 2-2 team is the Jets. I forget the Jets are 2-2 right now.
That is a scary thought.
Yes, I say least likely is the Jets to be.
Why do we keep talking about the Jets
I don't know.
and the Steelers
I don't
and the
know.
Dolphins?
I'm
with
sorry.
every
These two
segment
bastards keep trying to bring them
have
up.
on this
I didn't
show?
say anything this
I'm
time.
sorry that they fit every single category we've been talking about.
They don't. They don't. We talk about fantasy football and some of they still came up.
Are the Jets not 2-2?
What is the segment again?
Who is the most likely 2-2 team to make playoffs and who's the least likely? Jets are
Christ.
2-2. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Nestor.
There's another video I want to get to after this, but go ahead.
I think Tampa is likely to. Not Atlanta. Definitely not Atlanta.
Jesus.
They're very inconsistent.
I have to give Malin credit since he called them the best 0-2 team.
Yes, and
they've won
they're
2
definitely
straight.
not.
I gotta give him that.
They were the best 0-2 team. They've now won 2 in a row, people.
This is true.
All y'all shat on me.
I'll give him credit where it's due.
I take that back. That's
The all right, well,
Run heavy team, and Patterson's out for an extended period of time.
well,
At some point, other teams will start playing that run, and it's going to force Mariota to throw. And we all saw how well he did that in Tennessee.
not very.
He got replaced by a fucking Christmas tree.
wait.
He got a point more than a guy with a concussion. So I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
That's on spot. That's pretty good.
That is bad. But he did put up pretty good points against my Seattle Seahawks defense, but they're one of the worst in the league. So if I'm going most likely, if I'm going most likely, I have to agree that it's Tampa Bay. Only because of the division they're in. Like, to me, out of a 2-2 team, they have the easiest path. Because Atlanta's 2-2, and even though I thought that they were the best 0-2 team, they're not going to win a division, especially with Cordell Patterson being put on IR. And then you got Carolina with Baker Mayfield that has the lowest quarterback rating of anybody else in the NFL. At a whopping 15%. That's adorable. In New Orleans, that has either the Amish rifle or Jameis Crablegs Winston over there. And Kamara and Thomas can't stay healthy.
No, Kamara cannot stay healthy.
Yeah, so they're both 1-3. So I think that Tampa has the easiest path, but I think the best 2-2 team is the Niners.
Yes.
I think that defense, I think the playmakers, and Jimmy G, even though I think he's an average quarterback,
which is why you should trade.
He's very good looking guy.
You need to stop trying to pimp out Jimmy G.
Man's a used car salesman.
I mean, God, man, this man's over here trying to sell an '87 Cutlass like every chance we get over here. He's like, kick the tires.
Get him hot while you're
the tires are inflated.
If you buy it now, I'll do a free oil change.
But no, I do think that the Niners are the best team that's 2-2. But at the end of the day, you're stuck in a division to where every team is 2-2.
Yes.
And
wow, it's kind of weird.
There's a lot of ebbs and flows and ups and downs that could happen in this division. But if you have a favorite that could possibly win it, I would give it to the Niners. But with my division in the NFC West, the Niners don't have the easiest path. Like, Tom Brady is probably going to be able to tuck another division title under his belt, even though he's getting divorced. So.
I also posed the question today. After 1 month, what 3 words would you use to describe your own team? Some folks here did not put what their team is, so I don't know exactly what this means.
Say the words and we can guess the team.
Danny F. Diaz says absolute fucking shit.
That might be the Steelers.
Yeah, I can't blame you for that one either.
I didn't say that.
That was me.
BT Rib 24 says Cowboys keep on grinding. Okay.
That would be a Cowboys fan wanting to grind on something.
Yeah. YFA Fizzle says counted him out.
Wait,
Didn't say
who?
his team.
Wait, who?
YFA Fizzle.
Fizzle said what?
Counted him out. Nope.
Counted him out. Who they counting out?
Jared.
Maybe? God, I don't. I think it would almost have to be Jared Goff.
Maybe Geno Smith?
I mean, I really hope they're not a Seahawks fan. Their handle is Fizzle something. That's embarrassing.
Best in league.
Okay, well they.
Oh, he's a Chiefs fan.
Okay. Chiefs fan. Okay, you can go fuck yourself.
And then Jacob Huber says Packers. Patience is key.
Okay, so he apparently is having an affair with Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers is high.
A lot of the time.
You guys have any 3 words to describe
what
her?
3 words would you use, Shaq?
Cheap Nebraska hoe.
Okay. It's direct.
Did Big Ben rape somebody in Nebraska?
Probably.
Okay.
All I'm saying is cheap and ready for all.
Sheep, and that's 4.
There's a couple more.
God damn. Okay.
Cheap is the common denominator.
Apparently, Shaq's team is open for business.
Oh, clearly.
Nestor,
Not good business.
what about you? 3 words.
3 words. Can I just do one?
Sure, you can come
Potential?
in under.
Okay.
Potential.
All right.
Potential.
If Tua comes back.
He said, no, his 3 words needs, we need Tua. That's
We
what-
need
that's
Tua.
what- That's what they
I like that one.
Mine were pretty simple. I said mine is less is more. We have far too many voices on offense. We need to cut out some of the excess. Less is more.
The funny thing is, you guys don't have any offensive mind
Nope.
saying anything on offense.
3 defensive minds all talking.
What about you, G Money?
Offense is king.
There you go. Hey, 48 points. We scored more points this year in one game than anybody else. My 3 words are go, Gino, go.
Okay.
There you go. Gino, baby. I am on the Gino train, and that sounds disgusting. But I am on it, and we are chewing on the way to a victory against New Orleans.
You might have stuck right there, man.
Probably not going to
That
happen.
was you doing thing, man. That's
Geno's, this train is what Mickey's about to do here in a second. Mickey, go ahead.
Mickey's about to do something. He looks way
get to
too
that.
confident, scaring the shit out of me.
L's of the week here.
Let's get into some L's. We got some fun L's here. We got
This is what everybody's been waiting for.
a lot of L's on this couch.
If Manley could stop looking at me every time you say L's, that'd be great.
We're gonna start soft and then picking up here towards the end.
Ain't nothing thinking up about my team. I'll tell you that much.
That's just the way Mickey likes it. All right, let's go.
There's nothing about finishing on my team.
So Tampa did lose to the Chiefs
Damn
on Sunday
right.
Night Football, 41-31. Don't let that final score fool you. This was not a close game for most of the game here. The Chiefs had their way with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and people here were kind of upset about it. They thought that they were going to have their way with the Chiefs, even though people here are delusional. And the Chiefs handled them fairly easily. Did you guys have any thoughts about the way that the Chiefs took down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Nothing makes me happier than to see the Bucks lose. So to see the Bucks lose against Kansas City brightens my heart so much. To see these Bucks fans so upset about Kansas City beating them, it's like, word, y'all forgot Kansas City was a good team. Is that what y'all upset about in this week coming on?
I think they're still thinking about the Super Bowl.
I mean, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
They feel like it was last week. That's what Tampa fans do.
Stupid.
No, these fake ass fans, people. No, they need to catch the L. They need to buy a baseball glove and catch all the L's. Like every L they can catch. Get a garbage bag, hold it up in the wind. Let Hurricane Ian blow all the L's in your face, 'cause they fucking suck. I'm so tired of this goddamn fan base. Thinking that they're Champa Bay, more like Champa Bay. So yeah, they were supposed to catch that L. And you know what? I hope that Tom Brady's happy. He's going to get divorced from one of like the top 20 most beautiful people on the planet because he wants to grab a ball underneath someone else's ball sack for another 18 weeks. Let's talk about that for a second. Like, that's like, who does that? Like, your wife is Giselle, and now you have divorce lawyers because you can't stand your kids, and you don't want to stay home, so you go back to the Bucks, and your wife is like, it's either me or the Bucks, and he chose the Bucks. Like, who in their right mind would be like, hey, it's either the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or Giselle? I think that Tom Brady is the only person that would choose the Bucks. So they deserve all the L's they get. I hope they keep coming. Bastards.
Anybody else on the Bucks Chiefs game? No.
Yeah, it wasn't unexpected that the Bucks would lose. I mean, Brady had what? He had 2 of his receivers back. They weren't in sync. The O-line wasn't good. And the O-line's not going to be good. I mean, Brady should have stayed retired. He probably just, once the O-linemen started going down in training camp and everything, he should have said, peace out, I'm done.
I agree. There was no reason for him to come back, especially not to this team. Moving on to the next L, which is the 49ers and the Rams on Monday Night Football. The 49ers won this one 24-9. I think at least the three of us took the Niners to cover this. G-Money, did you also?
Yeah, I think we all took.
I took the Rams.
Oh, shit.
I took
Really?
the Rams. I was under the impression that the Rams' defense would be a little better than what it was. And I think the one thing that surprised me was the D-line of the Niners just basically moving the O-line of the Rams out of the way and getting to Stafford like almost every single play. I'm like, the hell?
Well,
I mean, I expected the Rams D-line, and I expected them to move Donaldson around a little bit and take advantage that Trent Williams wasn't playing. But that didn't happen either. I'm like, what the hell? Is no one figuring out that you should be rushing where the left tackle was? I don't know. It was bad. It was really bad. And Matthew Stafford, this is probably the worst season, at least the worst 4 games, really, that I've seen him have since maybe 2010, 2011 in Detroit.
Yeah, a long time.
Well, I mean, you're looking at the Rams that only have. We're only 4 weeks into the season, and the Rams are already down to 2 out of their starting 5 offensive linemen. And they already had lost their best one to retirement after they won the Super Bowl. So, yeah, the offensive line is a joke. You could just see from the get-go in that game that San Francisco hasn't had their way with them.
Yeah. They were all over them.
LA is... They've paid so much money to get top talent that when they need depth to perform, they can't do it. But now even the top talent isn't performing. Jalen Ramsey is like a burnt piece of fucking toast this year. Like, let's be real. Like,
everybody's blowing mind. Everybody.
He is not a top 5 DB in this league right now. He is getting burnt left and right. And there's a lot of DBs. Like Lattimore with the Saints is one of them as well. Like, there's a lot of DBs in the league that were shut down corners a year ago that are getting burnt crispy this year. And that defense just smothered the Rams. And I think that they are underplaying Stafford's elbow injury.
Yeah.
Because that was a lot of talk, and then all of a sudden they weren't talking about it, and they were trying to play it off. But that offense is putrid. It's not good. Even Cooper Kupp is not getting the production he was getting because Stafford doesn't even have the time to get him the ball. The running game is non-existent. And Jimmy G is good enough with Deebo Samuel, which it's Deebo Samuel or bust, basically, with that offense.
Yep.
And Nick Bosa is making quarterbacks go night-night just about every time he plays. It kind of pisses me off when he does this, when he records the sack, that little "you're a bitch," and I'm doing my little bitch pose like, well, what did you think was going to happen? That's disrespectful. But when you get to the quarterback as much as he is, like, you can go ahead and do it. But yeah, the Rams are by all intents and purposes, they're a mediocre team right now.
They are. And it's strange.
Yeah.
For their offense, I don't remember the exact number, but Cooper Kupp leads the targets as far as wide receiver goes in the NFL right now. I think the next person is Devontae Adams, but he leads by far in some asinine number. But basically, their offense just boils down to if Cooper Kupp is not getting the ball, nothing else is happening. Allen Robinson's not working out so far. I don't know why that is exactly, but their run game is completely non-existent. Just forget about that. So it's like,
Akers is a joke.
yeah, in Henderson, also just forget about it. So if Cup doesn't work out, they don't know what to do on offense, which is odd for them, seeing that they just won a damn title. But Jack, Nestor, any thoughts on this?
I just feel like they fall to that curse of you win a Super Bowl and you're gonna. It's guaranteed you're not gonna win it the next year.
That is true.
I was like, the Patriots are one of the few teams that can win a Super Bowl and then just like run that shit right back. The year
And that was
after.
also like 20 years ago.
2004.
Yeah, but like how many teams do that though? Like
Since then, nobody's done it.
Patriots, you got the Cowboys, you got the Niners, you got the Steelers, the Dolphins.
But like I said,
that might be it.
As of recent years. Yeah. As of recent, usually when the team wins the Super Bowl, they usually got on fucking off for the next year.
Well, but isn't the funny thing is that parity is king of the NFL? Yet every team that wins the Super Bowl, that fan base and that team is like, we're gonna run this shit back.
Yeah,
but they
like,
never
they're gonna be the exception
every
to the
year.
rule.
Yeah,
like, every year they think their shit don't stink. Make it happen.
But they never do, which is always funny as hell to me because like. They win it, and then for some reason the league on a whole is like, all right, they're gonna be good next year, they're gonna be decent, and then they come back and be, god fucking awful for next year and average at best. And it's just weird for me to see.
I would like to say, the Seahawks and the Patriots are the only two teams in the last decade to actually get back to the Super Bowl. After winning the Super Bowl,
which clearly is hard to do by judging.
Didn't Kansas City win the Super Bowl?
Yes, true. And Kansas City, yes. And they're like, I tried to forget that because I don't like to talk about when Tampa does good things. Because I want Tampa Bay to die in the Hillsborough River, even if that means that I die with it.
That was still
this fucking place.
The fact that the Niners and the Chiefs. I remember watching that Super Bowl specifically. Never in my wildest dream that I would think I would be like, the next year it's going to be the Chiefs and Tampa Bay playing in the Super Bowl. Like, wild, absolutely wild. But anyway, all right. We've been alluding to this all goddamn show. Finally.
Oh. We've already talked about it for 45 minutes total. But somebody's team fucked up.
The Steelers did catch a fat L to the New York Jets.
Zach Wilson, baby.
Zach Wilson, the Mormon himself.
They caught a late 90s Missy Elliott fat L.
All right. Our team caught the Lizzo fat L's when it comes to L's.
You don't want to catch that.
The Lizzo fat L's.
You do not want.
This man's team caught COVID and AIDS.
Monkeypox, COVID, and AIDS all in one encounter. I don't understand how you're like, you know what? You know it'd be worse for us going 4 quarters and making it close? Let's extend this to 5 quarters of playing football with the Jets and still fucking lose out of the process. Why can't my team pull this shit together? You're playing the fucking New York Jets. Can we please win this game?
Y'all blew it. 10-point lead.
Yes. It's
better in the fourth quarter?
Yes.
I think it was all in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we discuss that? We already have a hard schedule coming up.
Oh, we can discuss it.
Can we? We don't need to, but can we at least go into that hard schedule, going 2 games winning? But here we are catching a fat L, looking like we're some mediocre team. It's like, what are your team in the South Beach? Can we please?
Difference is we'll beat the Jets.
Difference is y'all been bad since I've been alive. My team has not been. My team has won.
Shaq and Nestor are about to fight.
My team has won the Super Bowl since I've been alive. Why is their team done?
They are about to fight. This is fun to me. No, we can definitely talk about schedule because you guys play the Bills next week.
L.
We'll talk about
then
that in a
you played the
second.
Bucks.
L.
Fat L.
And then you played the Dolphins.
L.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, First of all,
look at that.
We need to get together for that.
I wouldn't even
Absolutely.
say that. Millers.
I want to be there Sunday night.
Oh, it's a Sunday night game.
It's Sunday night or Monday night. It is a prime
shit.
time
I hope there's
Steelers
I hope
and
there's
Dolphins.
Buffalo fans. Like,
We
do the Bills play at 1?
we need to be at that together.
Let me tell you something.
Shaq. Okay, Shaq. Nobody can see us now.
12.
Even better. I just can't sit next to Nestor while we discuss this whole entire process.
So the Steelers and Dolphins. That is at least a Sunday night or Monday night game.
That's a few weeks
so-
out. I won't say
so-
anything about that.
We need to watch that one together.
What date is that?
October 23rd.
I'm getting.
That's pretty soon.
I'm getting
That's
black.
really
I'm
soon,
getting
yeah.
blackout drunk for that
And
game.
then you got
Hey,
the
fuck.
Steelers, Dolphins. Or we got the Steelers, Eagles.
L.
Then you got the Steelers, Saints, which
L.
is the one that I told you could be a W.
L. That's fat as a Lizzo L.
This man, since 3 years ago when they went 11-0 and they lost to the Washington football team, like that did something to him. He has not
did.
trusted his team.
That's
since that moment
That's like
in
a,
his life.
that's like a bad uncle experience to me of all football. It's like after that moment in time, can't trust nobody at that
and
point.
then y'all,
Steel
and
curtain.
then y'all on November 20th are playing the Bengals.
L. We,
So you could possibly end up being like 2-7, 2-8.
how do you go from Tomlin never having a losing season to us possibly being 2-7?
The
By
moment the Big Ben stops raping people and retires, then
we start getting raped.
you can-
We start getting raped
yeah,
after that.
Karma.
Yes, sir.
We have
That is
the
it. Okay.
we have the Jets
No,
spreading our
seriously.
cheeks
October-
for 5 quarters of football.
October 23rd. I'm pretty sure that's a Sunday. We are meeting at Miller's Ale
Oh,
House.
absolutely.
If I have to call off of work and show up to
All
Middlesex
four of
House,
Definitely.
get blackout
Definitely.
drunk and be a menace to these people,
That
to squeeze
We're,
into my
we're gonna get
nod,
banned from Miller's.
no, first of all, if we haven't been banned yet, then we're not going to get
to squeeze into my Najee Harris jersey, so we can catch a fat L to this motherfucker and his cocaine of a city football team.
I accept that. I accept it.
I am upset at every single person that says something to me.
Jack is completely black. Nestor, can you move over here, man?
All I'm saying is that Malin, I need bail money for that Sunday.
Like, Shaq blacked your ass out from the camera. He was like, fuck Nestor. So, all right. So we're going to do that. So that is probably one of the greatest L's that we've had. Because these two have been fighting the whole goddamn show.
This
We
man,
have talked we have talked about the Steelers and the Dolphins.
What a month
every
it's gonna be.
goddamn segment.
What a month
because
it's gonna
of
be
you
for
two.
me since I'm facing the Jets next week, and then
if you catch an L to the Jets, I am mocking you for the rest of the season. It's bad enough you guys have me.
But what if we beat you?
It's bad enough you have me exposed.
Imagine that.
Y'all have me exposed, showing the rolls in the back of my head for this fucking show to prove a point.
You sat there on your own too.
Exactly.
Nobody moved
man.
into that seat.
You just did like a solar eclipse on Nestor. Perfect. Like all of a sudden Nestor was
Because this hooligan decides to make fun of me for 45 minutes of the fucking show to prove a point.
Hooligan.
It's pretty much the
is-
whole show. You do need to hug it out.
This man is over here giving his team a
We need to get out for
Ride or die.
because this man built his football team on a fucking flood zone.
That would be New Orleans. All right.
And we gotta get worked on them by that week.
Jesus. All right, you guys good? You guys okay?
I think we're good.
You guys need some marriage counseling?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that after
Do you
the
and
show.
G-Money have the same hat on?
What? Well, no, we both have Mariners hats on, but they're not the same hat. Now, my hat happens to have the All-Star game.
Go Mariners.
Oh shit. Excuse me.
Yeah, right. Nestor said, I'm not 100% sure that I want Nestor saying go Mariners, so.
Why is that?
Well, because he's a Miami fan, and I don't like Miami. But he likes the jersey, though, because the jersey's actually.
The jersey is very nice, folks. You guys only see a small portion on the show, but
And the Mariners are playing Toronto, and everybody knows that we are the, fuck Canada show of record.
Pretty much. Yeah.
We don't like Canadians or Canada.
Did anything good come out of Canada?
Maple syrup, maybe.
Some bacon.
The only thing.
No, because Canadian bacon is not as good as like actual bacon. It's not. It's not anywhere close. So no, there's not really a whole lot. Like I hear that the city of Victoria has a cool wax museum. That's pretty much it. Other than that, fuck Canada. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Canada. They can kiss my ass. Bunch of goddamn maple leafs.
All right. Ride or die in 5, folks.
There you go. Let's go. Ride or die in 55.
Your
25,
favorite
25.
segment.
I love this segment.
Would you like to mark it? We are at an hour and 50 minutes,
Yeah,
11:30
buddy.
p.m.
There you go.
I'm just putting that out there.
Might as well make it 12:30.
So currently, Malin's still leading the pack.
I like how you say currently like anyone's close to me.
No, I said you're still leading the pack.
Okay. You say currently leading the pack like anyone's a threat.
Okay. We were 91-49. You went 4-1 last week.
Damn
Put you
right.
at plus 42.
Beautiful.
I'm at 104-78. 3-2 last week. I'm at plus 26. Shaq 93-87. Also went 4-1 last week. It's plus
Yes,
6.
sir.
G Money 6-9. He was 2-3 last week. He's right now minus 3.
Yeah.
It's growing pains.
G Money, I need you to. I don't know what. I need you to pick some winners here because your name is G Money.
Just
And
getting started.
You started off strong at 4-1.
That's right.
Yeah,
Since
they
the
hit that 0-5 spot.
It's like you went sledding in Canada. It's been rough since then. Goddamn Canadians.
All right, first game tomorrow night, the Thursday night game is Colts at the Broncos. The Broncos are 3.5-point favorites at home. The Colts money line is plus 148. Would anybody like to take this up first?
I want to go last on this one.
Me too.
So, we're looking at Natty Ice playing Mr. Underwhelming.
Yes.
The Colts can't run, and the Broncos don't want to run. And they both lost their starting running backs. The Colts have also lost another one of the DBs. I'm going to take the Broncos minus 3.5. I think Mr. Underwhelming wakes up a little bit and realizes, hey, Colts have no DBs. Oh, look, there's Sutton. I can hit him. I think that's what I think they'll win this game. I really do. And Natty Ice hasn't been good in a while. In fact, Natty Ice hasn't been good since Natty Ice has never been good.
Well,
Just say no to Natty Ice.
He won an MVP, and Russell Wilson has never gotten an MVP vote.
That right there is sad.
It really is. I mean, the crazy thing about the two quarterbacks, though, because G Money's right, that both of them lost their starting running backs. Russell Wilson is completing 61% of his passes for 900-something yards, 4 touchdowns, and interception. And Matt Ryan is completing 66.7% of his passes for 1,125 yards with 5 touchdowns, but he also has 5 interceptions. So that's kind of the equalizer between those two. But I'm still not picking a pick yet. So
I'll make mine. I'm not gonna lie. The only reason this game is on this damn dock is just simply because proving to myself, fuck the Denver Broncos. You guys have costed me enough with your quarterback in my fantasy league, and now in the Ride or Die in 5, you guys can't cover a goddamn square inch on a twin mattress. Give me the Colts to win this game. I'm taking a money line. Give me that. I don't care. Give me the Colts to win this game.
are you taking the points or the money line?
Money line.
Okay.
I'm taking the Colts on the points for this one. I just never had faith in the Broncos after the first 2-3 weeks of the season. It's kind of like, Russell Wilson ain't exactly proven that he is what he is, so I'm going to go ahead with the Colts.
Denver. I think Russell will have a good game. Yeah, even though they lost a good player, tore his ACL, I think they'll good. They'll do good. So yeah, points.
I think as we speak, Russell Wilson is going in the Facebook Messenger and private messaging Pete Carroll, saying that he misses him because Nathaniel Hackett is a fucking hack when it comes to being a head coach.
Jesus Christ.
You want to talk about just fucking up every single opportunity of a game. And on top of that, Russell Wilson has been underwhelming. Okay. Both of them don't have starting running backs. I can't take Denver.
Do you think Russell's gonna pick it up eventually?
Do I think he's gonna pick it up eventually?
Do you think?
In this offense, I'm not sure. Because
Not with Hackett.
I don't think that the offensive scheme is suited to his strengths. Nathaniel Hackett comes from the Green Bay Packers, right?
Yep.
Right.
Which is very much in the pocket, controlled, throw the ball, in rhythm, timing.
Right.
Russell Wilson has always been improvised,
Right.
outside of the pocket,
He's
scramble.
jazz.
I will say that Russell Wilson, like some of the reasons why some people might think that Russell Wilson is going to turn it around is because he still has the best deep ball in the NFL. That you can't teach. And that doesn't matter whatever offensive scheme you have. Like, he has the best deep ball in the NFL. But I don't think that Nathaniel Hackett's offensive playbook, his offensive mind coming from Matt LaFleur, Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, I don't think that suits Russell Wilson. And so I think that you're still going to have that tug of war, that struggle between them for the rest of the year. And I can only say that because Russell Wilson, for the last 3 years that he was with the Seattle Seahawks, he scored 4 touchdowns in the first week of the year, sometimes 5. Week 1. We're going into week 5, and he has 4.
Yeah.
Okay? So the offense isn't clicking. Jared Judy, Sutton, it's not working.
Nope.
Now you don't have a running game, so you're going to put it even more on his shoulders. And he doesn't want to run the ball the way that he wanted to. But I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts until the Denver Broncos make me a believer that they can actually cover the point spread, because right now they're 1-3 against the spread, and I don't trust them right now.
You taking the Colts and the points?
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's
Wait,
what
so
you should
everybody's
do,
like,
by the way.
everybody's
Fuck
Colts?
the Denver Broncos. In all
Colts,
senses.
G Money is the Broncos.
Okay. So 3 of us against 2.
Yeah. Nestor and G Money are taking the Broncos to cover.
This next one's funny.
Shaq and Malin are taking the Colts and the points. I am taking the Colts money line. Next one, we got a nice joke. 14 points is what the spread is at on the Pittsburgh Steelers and Buffalo Bills game.
Can you not?
We just can't get away from the Steelers, can we?
This is at 1 o'clock in Buffalo. Shaq, I'm gonna start with
I'm
you.
gonna say take Buffalo on the points because
Why are you speaking so softly into the mic?
Can I just say I don't like the way that the let the count sounds when people move? But go ahead, Shaq. Why are you taking?
it sounds exactly like what they gonna do to my team.
That just
Get fucked on. So yeah, take, take Buffalo with the points. They're gonna work the fuck out of our team. I'm sorry, our team is god awful right now. But can we just admit that we're in a rebuild year and stop trying to hype up Pickett as being our starting
Have
QB?
some faith in
Rebuild
Pickett.
here.
Have some faith in Pickett.
Oh, you did, by the way, you never said what you thought of Pickett when he came
I have
out
the
there.
same confidence in one ply toilet paper at my ass cheeks. It's really, at the end of the day, I take a risk.
If your ass is anywhere close to the size of your head, you definitely need 2-ply. And I would just like to point out that is the only forehead joke that I have made.
This is true.
In this entire
on the
show.
air.
On
no,
air.
on the air. I made like 21 before the show, but that's
But
fine.
like I said, I have no confidence in my team. I love Pickett. I feel like he's gonna do really well. But like,
Yeah, well, listen, little piggy Pickett's about to be taken to the market. Listen,
not the game he should
14
be starting
points.
at.
Listen, 54% of the money is going on Buffalo, which is very telling because it's a 14-point spread.
Yeah.
Yet 54% of the money in Vegas is still going to Buffalo, even though they got 14 points. Buffalo. Now, Pittsburgh is 1-2 against the spread, and 1 tie because they neutralized the spread. And Buffalo is 2-1 with 1 neutralized against the spread. But Buffalo is 4-0 against the spread at home this year and last year, and they got the same squad. And they're 9-1 in their last 10 games against losing teams against the spread. And I'm sorry, Shaq, but your team is a losing team. So I'm taking Buffalo with the 14 points.
You say that
in this game.
You say that like you just didn't agree with me on this aspect of.
I don't. I just feel bad that I'm taking I don't know. I
14
feel bad
points.
because it's 14 points and that's your team, and I feel a little bit sorry for you.
I'm aware of what's gonna happen.
Okay.
It's all right.
Nestor.
I swear to God, Nestor, you have taken it hard against if you.
Yeah,
There's no way
Buffalo's
he can
running
take
away with this
Pittsburgh
one.
right now.
They're getting
Okay, I'm
into
still
the
upset.
stride
Still gonna be
after
upset.
losing against.
I
wouldn't
swear
even
to
say it.
God.
Some
But-
team in New York.
I think they're getting
All
into the
New York
stride.
teams.
They're going just a little further north.
And they're only gonna get better, so they're gonna beat the Steelers. I'll be nice about it. That's it.
I'll be nice about it.
I would.
Fuck this man.
I would just like to point out that it would have been the best portion of this show if Nestor had talked so much shit about Pittsburgh, yet taken Pittsburgh in the points. That would have. I was rooting for him to take the 14 on this.
I would
That
have
would've been
paid
awesome.
for this man's wedding if he would have picked my team's thing.
Are you thinking he's not ever getting married? Like, what are we doing?
To each your own. To each your own.
I don't even know what that's
All right.
supposed to be.
So beyond that, G Money, what do you think?
You know, you can't help but take the Bills. I mean, the Steelers are a hot mess. And
Ouch.
Najee Harris has he even played? I mean, I swear to God, the Water Boy's running
tried.
more.
Yeah. Adam Sandler could do more.
And their defense, they've got no one on defense anymore. They've got so many injuries. It's sad. I thought the Steelers would do better, but I also didn't think that their defense would get hit with as many injuries as it has.
Well,
I would just like to point out before you make your pick, Jalen, that this is the first 14-point spread that we have seen since we started this show.
and so far, everybody has favored the favorite to cover those 14 points.
Yes. Don't tell me you're going to be.
I'm not going to do that. I thought about it.
Shaq is so sad right now.
I know that this team lives to disappoint Shaq, and I thought, maybe they'll make it close and they'll lose.
Nah.
But damn it, as soon as G Money said the two words Najee Harris, I was like, yeah, that's
The
right.
pull-up method.
This is not going to be
The
close.
pull-up method is more consistent in
You
this
know
fucking
what?
team.
Jesus Christ.
At the end of the day,
That says a lot.
Shaq has a cell phone case that has Hufflepuff on it. So he deserves all the L's that he gets.
All right, let's go hold on to
That's-
all episodes of the team. This is Trust Live Show.
This beats my exit.
A little bit. And I mean, it also, like, he did the whole solar eclipse on us where we didn't see it for 7 minutes.
It's going to get a little cool here. The sun's gone.
All right, so next game here. Oh, I would also like to point out that I picked Indy in the first one, and I picked Indy when I made my initial selections back in the summer.
Oh, do that.
And I did pick Pittsburgh to beat Buffalo originally in my picks. I was trying to pick one where I was like, hey, where could someone sneak a game? But I would just like to point out that I'm 39-25 so far after 4 weeks. So I'm not doing too bad. But when I saw that one, I was really embarrassed. But I kind of felt like I needed to call myself out on that one.
At next game, we do have
this is a fun one.
Nestor's Dolphins. They are traveling to MetLife Stadium.
Does Nestor
That's
not
vile.
read the? Does he not read what we're picking? He looked surprised.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He wasn't even on the rundown because at the time I didn't even know he was going to be here. So
we have.
That's the.
We've had him talking this whole time, and he didn't even know what we were talking.
That's vile.
Okay.
He's been doing pretty good.
That's vile.
You're doing a good job. you got the microphone up here.
Yeah, it's working fine.
Came prepared this week, folks.
Good job, buddy.
Shaq, don't you dare.
The
I say shit. I'm like,
hey, Shaq's coming back at the right time because we're about to talk about Miami and the Jets.
Dolphins going to MetLife. Nestor, what do you like in this one? They're favored by 3 on the road.
If we lose against the Jets, then Tyreek Hill and Waddle can just go ahead and sell pizza in South Beach.
Jesus,
because honestly,
we just want to know who you think is gonna win.
Honestly, Dolphins.
Dolphins are winning.
We should cover this, not by a lot, but we should cover this.
Okay, well, it's 3 points. Can you cover the 3 points?
Yeah, we can cover it.
You can cover
we
the
should
3
definitely
points.
cover
That's the
the 3
confidence
points
we need. Cover the 3
against
points.
Zach Wilson and
That's
the
what I'm
Jets.
talking about.
Unlike the Steelers.
Zach Wilson likes the button. Don't forget that.
Who's y'all's quarterback?
I think Waddle will do better. I think Tyreek Hill will do better this game.
Who's family quarterback again?
Well, Shaq,
Mr.
now that
Teddy
we're talking about
Flavor
it, why don't you
Flav.
go ahead and give us your pick.
I'm asking a question. Who's Miami's quarterback again?
It's Teddy Bridgewater right
Mi-
now.
I
Mr.
hope Teddy
Slick.
Bridgewater gets hit into the shadow realm, upside down world, some lunar space realm. I say the Jets cover the 3 points and Miami loses.
This man went from Hufflepuff to Stranger Things to Thanos and the rings. I don't know what happened there, but he's upset. G Money, what do you think? Who's going to win this one? Miami -3, New York Jets +3.
This is an ugly game.
Yep.
It's an ugly game because you got Teddy Bridgewater starting at quarterback, and he's anything but impressive. And then on the Jets side, you got Wilson, who has an ankle injury, a left tackle who could be Dwayne Brown, or it could be the right guard, and who will be? And they'll have I think it's Mike the Fireman playing a right guard if that's the case. I mean, I'm pretty much, God, you know.
You got Fireman Ed out there on the offensive line.
I'm kind of, as much as I don't like this, I'm going to take the Dolphins -3. Because I think they have a better lineup.
All right.
Just real quick, I'm agreeing 100% with G Money. Dolphins -3. They can win this by 3 points. Even with Teddy Bridgewater, they're a better team. So give me the Dolphins -3.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Wilson beat the Steelers while going 15 of 36, less than 50% passing, with 252 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. He still did the gritty on your ass.
BYU's finest.
And, BYU's finest with the butt stuff. And then, listen, at the end of the day, the Jets beat the Browns and the Steelers. It's not like the AFC North is world beaters right now. At the end of the day, Miami No, I'm just saying. At the end of the day, when you're going, I'm so sorry, Shaq. I really am. Don't kill me. Don't headbutt me, please. At the end of the day,
Shadow Realm.
Yeah, because Jalen doesn't want to live with his neighbors underneath him. Because if you headbutt me, I'm going through the floor. And then all of a sudden, this is the duplex, and Jalen's rent will be double. So let's not do that. But at the end of the day, Miami has a better roster, okay, than the Jets. More offensive weapons, and I think that Little Hands Teddy can do enough to pull them out. Even with the -3, so I'm taking Miami with that.
All right. So, Team Brain is taking the Dolphins to cover. Shaq is Team Spite taking the Jets. +3.
I am bred for pettiness, so fuck you and your Dolphins. I will. Every time they come up in the ride or die in 5, I will root against them.
I swear to God, logic, if you don't pull this through.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm going to be ahead of Shaq again very shortly. Because Shaq is petty. And I voted with emotion one time in week 2 and it fucked me. So I'm never doing it again.
And they could fuck me week after week and I would still choose against. Look, I'm all about pettiness.
All right. Next game. Cowboys.
Mine is short after this. My emotion is done
All right.
for the afternoon.
Cowboys at the Rams. The Cowboys are 5.5-point underdogs on the road. Money lines +205. I'll just throw this out there real quick. I'm going to take that +205 money line on the Cowboys to win this game. I feel like we're about to have a serious quarterback competition in Dallas. I think Cooper Rush wins this game, and Jerry Jones is going to lose his fucking mind with that. So, give me the Cowboys to win this one outright. Malin, who do you have?
I'm taking Dallas with the 5.5. With the Rams losing to the 49ers the way that they did, what team looks like the 49ers any better than what Dallas looks like right now? Great defense. Giving up 15.5 points a game. 49ers giving up 15.2 points a game. You got a quarterback that's average but isn't turning the ball over and making huge mistakes. And when you look at it, Dallas has the edge on points per game, yards per game, and yards allowed. So I'm taking Dallas with the 5.5.
Nice. G Money.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't agree more. You know, rock on, Cooper. Is that a do rush?
I don't know. We're doing horns up. We're doing something.
Okay, so that's way before your time. Rush was a pretty damn good rock band, but that's okay. I mean,
Rush. Okay.
The band
Rock
Rush.
Band. Okay. I thought you were saying that Cooper Rush played for like the Longhorns or something.
Yeah.
So I was going sports.
Yeah,
no, Rush. That okay. I'm following you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Nestor's still doing his homework. Shaq.
I think.
No, go ahead.
No,
Nestor.
go ahead, Shaq.
Fuck this goddamn radio show.
I'm talking to my sneakily.
If only y'all knew what was going on over here in this man's sneaky link. As she's actively watching.
She subscribed to the show.
As she's actively watching, this man's calling this woman a sneaky link. But
Can I get one of you two 5.5 on the Cowboys?
The Cowboys.
No,
The points. Cowboys to points.
All right.
Cowboys and the points. All right, we got somebody.
I'm also
this
saying.
couch over here. The whole goddamn show.
I'm also saying 5.5 points to the Cowboys.
Okay.
5.5 points to the sneaky link.
All right, you both are taking Cowboys and the points.
Yes.
Jesus.
Don't hate on me. I do just fine.
I'm just
This motherfucker over here.
both of you are just
having it
y'all are having a moment.
I see a whole lot of finger pointing on this couch right
Me
here.
and Jalen been vibing the whole
This
show.
man.
Whole show.
Sneaky links over here.
This
Subscribe to
man.
the show.
Jesus, you two need a octagon.
Next show, we're gonna switch.
All my pieces no better.
Nah, I don't need your guys' hate. over
Yeah,
on
don't
this
bring that
couch. I'm
voodoo
fine.
over here.
I'm great.
What did you guys even pick? I didn't even hear what you said.
No, they took Dallas in the points.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mr.
Dallas
Cooper Rush.
So we're all taking Cooper.
We're all taking Dallas. So
Yep.
while you plug that in, Jalen, I'll go ahead and talk about the last one for you so we can get the hell out of here. So we got Cincinnati plus 3 points against Baltimore minus 3 points. I don't know what the money line on that one is. I don't pay attention to that shit. I will tell you guys that I ended up picking Baltimore on this one originally. Originally, I picked Baltimore. But Nestor, because you seem real excited about this one. Cincinnati plus 3 or Baltimore minus 3? What you got?
Are we really gonna underestimate Baltimore's QB on this one? And they're gonna blow out another lead against Cincinnati? Of all
Did
teams?
they blow a lead against your team?
They
and
did, but that's a good team.
Against another, is Cincinnati
But
not
Cincinnati,
a good team? Did they not go to the
they're,
Super Bowl
they're
last
mediocre.
year?
They're mediocre this
They're
year.
mediocre this
Get 'em.
year?
I think they are.
You're one game
I think they
better
are.
than them right now. How
I
would
think-
they? And
I
they
think-
have a QB.
And the end of all things, they're gonna be considered mediocre.
That's because Nestor is really feeling himself and stroking his own ego.
No,
and
no,
his
no.
Dolphins
No,
that
I
He
think
did. He
everybody
did
else.
just lose his
When
team,
you really
so that-
compare Cincinnati to like the top
Okay.
teams,
So
like,
you're
at the
taking
end of the season,
Baltimore on the points.
This over there stroking his own ego and then BS because of it.
Yeah, y'all. I don't think you need to use.
Do you really see Baltimore losing,
Shaq?
Shaq?
Right now.
Huh?
Do you see Baltimore losing
I do not see
this game of all games?
This is like the
Because
battle.
if they lose,
Of these two.
fuck Baltimore. you know?
Jesus Lord, you beat
It's
Baltimore.
Cincinnati.
Why are you so angry? What?
But it's Cincinnati. I hate Cincinnati.
No, you hate Cincinnati more than Baltimore.
I do.
Well, you did just lose them, so that's fair enough.
Shaq.
I'm sorry. What did you pick in that? I
Of
didn't
all
even
teams.
pick up that.
He picked Baltimore with minus 3.
Okay.
I'm trying to help control this for you.
Thank you.
These two are losing their fucking
There's a lot of words being exchanged.
I am fine. I am on the same level of pettiness and BS I am. You just put this motherfucker next
Shaq, why would you not agree with me? Come on. Out of all, just pettiness.
You should ask me why I'm not going to agree with you. I'm going to choose Cincinnati to win
Aw,
this
geez.
game.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta change my pick.
I say Cincinnati. All right. I say Cincinnati changes their pace. Finally starts picking up and doing their thing and remind themselves. Wait, we were almost Super Bowl contenders.
Baltimore's.
This man might as well business over there, so I'm gonna say my pick.
Oh, class of cheeks.
All
Say
right.
that.
Just because you introduce your pair of cheeks into the show doesn't mean
Who's
that.
Baltimore's QB? Who's Baltimore's QB?
You have Cincy in the points. Y'all two need to calm down before I sit Mickey on you, both y'all asses. Like, you guys are just out of control. G Money. You got Cincy plus
Bring some
3,
sense.
Baltimore minus 3.
I got Bengals plus 3.
Okay.
Come on, G Money.
All right, we got Cincinnati plus 3. And why?
Because they're a better team.
Okay.
Straight up.
All right.
Until the Ravens can beat a team that's even close to as good as they are supposed to be and not blow a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, then I don't trust them.
I mean, Cincy did lose to Pittsburgh, though.
That wasn't me.
God help.
That was not me.
And aside from Lamar Jackson, who's their leading rusher?
If I don't show up next week, just know that's because of this fucking episode
Harbaugh.
right here. Sitting at home watching this
All
show.
right, well, What about you, Jalen? Cincinnati +3, Baltimore -3.
You know, you guys do this where Shaq will say something, and then G Money says something, and Nestor says something.
G
And
Money's like 1 out of his last 13. Like, I don't know. Like, don't take it.
Is Shaq doing a whole lot better?
Yes, I am doing a whole lot
It
better.
was 4-1 last week.
Doing a whole lot better.
Well,
Last week.
I'm
Still
not
have,
putting a whole lot of
I still
stock
have a
in that.
winning record. I still have a winning record. Thank you very much.
A broken clock is right twice
This
a day.
is true. This is
So-
true. Just put me on the Shaq and G Money train. Give me the Bengals.
What?
3 points.
Calm down. You
Disrespectful.
No,
Nestor,
hold
if
on.
you're right next week, I'm not gonna be surprised.
Hold on. Listen. When you're talking about points for and points against, Cincinnati has scored 91 points to Baltimore's 119, right?
Okay.
Cincinnati's defense has allowed 70 points to Baltimore's 100 because they can't keep a lead. So Baltimore's +21, or Cincinnati's +21, Baltimore's +19 point differential.
But who did Baltimore play?
Well, I mean, Baltimore's. you want to talk shit about your own team?
That's a good team. Right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's an okay
Even if it's
team.
right now.
It's an okay team. Let's
Y'all better
kill
not start
ourselves.
losing.
If you guys start losing, Nestor, we're about to rake your ass for the whole rest of the year.
We're about to drag your ass.
Like,
there's
we're
no
about
tomorrow.
to drag you.
It's only October.
It is week 4. This man is talking the most amount of shit.
It is only October.
It's a decent team.
As
It's not
far
a bad
as,
team.
as far as you know, y'all
That's
lose.
all I'm saying.
As far as y'all know, y'all lose the rest of the season.
That's a
At the end
decent
of the day,
team.
Y'all
at the
could
end of
lose
the
the
day,
rest of the season.
I'm taking Cincy on the points.
I don't think
Because
they're-
I am a believer.
I will
Well,
love it
believe
when
in
Baltimore
everybody else.
I don't know if they can
I'm a
collapse
believer with you guys.
Cincy.
That I am a believer in Cincinnati's defense. Okay?
Fuck that.
I'm a believer in Cincinnati's defense. They've only allowed 70 points. And Cincinnati's offense has woken up the last 2 weeks. So I'm taking Cincinnati with the +3.
A lot of that was
I don't know
against
if y'all
Bridgewater.
can, I don't know if y'all can hear me enough, but it is only week 4, and this motherfucker is hyping his team up. Like, you know, got
hyping them up.
13 more weeks of football.
I'm
at least
downplaying
to go.
Cincy.
I'm telling you, man. Like these two, I don't know what I've never seen 2 people more combative on this show before.
That's a lot of smack.
They've sat next to each other several times.
Yeah.
And
I think I've literally had Morgan on the show multiple times after his team
and he
has
never
ended.
wanted to swing.
Yes,
on in.
after his team has ended my season. After his team has ended my season, I've been perfectly
You know
fine.
what's crazy? Like, we didn't even talk about the Washington Commanders.
No.
And their dumbasses, 2
It's like,
offensive linemen trying
we
to block
have-
each other.
I haven't even played this team yet, and I already hate the fucking Dolphins. I was hyping y'all up like a week ago. Because
No.
and then y'all
Why are you?
because you came on the show talking shit. I cannot stand this
You lost
fucking
against the Jets. What do you want me to say?
Cannot. I would love the Dolphins up until this week.
Y'all need some therapy. Like,
Therapy's the last thing I need because they're gonna take me to stop drinking, and I'm not doing that. So,
Like,
I swear to
Shaq
God,
got
Teddy.
so goddamn mad he took the phone off the microphone so that his voice was more elevated. That's how mad he's been.
Teddy, I swear to God, if you don't
So,
pull
all right,
through.
Listen,
Teddy
at-
Bridgewater.
At the end of the day, hold on. At the end of the day, okay, we're 4 weeks into the NFL season.
4 whole weeks.
We have no idea how good or how bad any of our teams
Except for
are
mine.
yet. No, we don't. We don't.
Shaq,
We
I
don't,
know- I
because
know
we
you
don't-
want to proclaim that, but
we don't know how Cody Pickett is going to
lost the
evolve.
Jets.
throughout
Cody Pickett.
So we don't know. Like little
Shaq,
hands Pickett
he
can
will do
something.
well. He will
Listen,
do well.
you don't. You got little hands Teddy right now. Like, listen. The simple fact of the matter is, like, who
I'm trying to be
would've-
nice.
Okay, no. At the end of the day, like, who would have thought the 4 of us sitting here, Dolphins fan, Steelers fan,
has the
Patriots
best team.
fan, Seahawks fans between me and G Money.
Cody Pickett.
Who would have thought that my Seattle Seahawks would have the best quarterback out of the four of us
Good God.
so far this year.
To the point they were calling homeboy Cody Pickett at the end of the day. But
I'm just saying, Geno time, baby.
This man's on his third string quarterback.
Geno, it looks like Matt Jones. Like I swear to God, they're distant.
I don't
Might as well be.
This man is on a quarterback that's been passed around more than anybody else I fucking know.
I'm just saying, we got a second round pick from the Jets and Geno, and look at us right now. 77% completion percentage.
Anyway, I'm glad y'all coming
Shaq trying to
to
make
the
enemies
show
with everybody.
because we can argue till about 5 a.m. about this fucking.
Shaq
Yeah,
is crying right now. Shaq tears.
There's a lot of emotional distress going on with this
There
fucking
is a
show.
lot of emotion,
This man
so-
really came on this show to argue with me, and like, and I feel like his seating was strategic. Like he knew that was about it, and he chose it. So
We actually didn't really plan that, but it was actually funny we did. But at the end of the day, listen, all of our teams were 4 weeks in. We don't know what they're going to be at the end of the year. But what we do know is that my Seattle Mariners are in the playoffs, and they're going to beat the shit out of Toronto this weekend.
Get them.
So that's all I'm saying. Fuck Canada.
Fuck Toronto.
We don't like Canada.
Fuck Toronto,
We
there
don't
we
like
go.
Canadians at all.
on that note, I got a good portion of my family living in Canada. So, but anyway, fuck.
I didn't mean to say fuck your family, but I meant what I said. So, anyways, listen, AFR Nation, we love you guys. We're sorry we missed last week, but storms and shit, that happens.
Yeah.
So,
I want to pick a little bone real quick before we hop out of here. You guys are quick to talk about fucking Patrick Mahomes and whoever, but a hurricane came by. Nobody checked up on us. Just saying. Whole hurricane came through, could have swept our asses right up. Nobody saying anything.
I was stuck in Washington with my family. Nobody else in the AFR Nation gave a damn.
Miles was stuck at work,
Nothing.
sleeping and watching shit go down, and anybody give a fuck about me and my kid.
ain't
This
nobody
man's in
saying
Orlando. That shit hit Orlando directly, and
Listen, man,
anybody give a fuck.
Storm surge, whatever, man. You're gonna float. Don't worry about it.
My head is like an anchor. I ain't nothing floating about
It
this.
sinks, it doesn't float.
Nah, I'm pretty sure there's not a lot going up on there. There's a lot of air. The buoyancy is gonna work for me. I love you so much. So anyways, AFR, we love you guys. You guys have a good night. We'll talk to you
I
later.
love all my fans that are not Dolphins fans. So you know what?
Jeez.